So, what do we do now?
I remember what he's looking for. He's still trying to find the Ruzavan.
He needs the Necronomicon. He's trying to use the Stella to awaken Zamindor.
Don't say that name.
Why is it prohibited? It is the foundation of all of our research.
Not to pivot from whatever he's trying to do. But you all hear that voice too, right?
Wake up.
Save me.
Last episode was crazy. I don't know who that other guy that came in out of nowhere. But, man, and then, like, we went to this whole other, like, not dream place, but then realm, actually different time period. There's, like, some crazy alien space thing selling us stuff from a car. That was kind of cool, I guess. Kind of freaky. And then there's the, Munz, the guy we were looking for. We found him. Come to find out, he was way in the future, I guess, or the past. I don't know how time works. Time's freaking me out. Kind of having an existential crisis as we're talking about it. Did all right. You did okay. Yeah, kind of, we got some new items. We beat him, and then, made our way back to the Mysterium. And, let's see where this goes. Did I do it? I just blacked out, guys. What year is it?
14.
Yeah,
714.
Okay.
Back to the Mysterium you indeed are. Unfortunately, it seems that Miagni and Mun had been somewhat of a dead end. He seemed a little lost mentally. Whether that was his experience with Lowls, the very portal that took you to the future, or the things he had seen there that led to that decline, we may never know. But the ritual circle he had assembled and left behind, and your use of his little golden gear, the frame that once held the blue gem that opened this whole portal in the first place, allowed you to return. Who has that gear, by the way?
I guess it would be me.
You're performing the ritual, right?
Mm-hmm.
As you all arrive, tumbling forth back into the room, exactly the same that you've been left. Very little looks different, and there's no time really passed at all. You were fairly certain you had closed the doors behind you, but they hang open. There's no sign of that crackling rift in the air, and the blue gemstone on the floor is gone. Yet, here you are. And here in this room we have... You did our intro, we'll start over here.
Hi, I'm Marcus. I play Marius, the Gold Dwarf Ranger.
Hello, I'm Bryn. I play Prototype 47, our automaton. Very stable at the moment, as always.
I'm Colby. I play our full-blooded orc rogue, MD. I forgot his name.
Oh. That was the last book. I'm Sully. I play Adelmay, the itty-bitty gnomish witch, who's holding a funny-looking gear.
My name is Brett. I play Reginald Sagacious Fox. That's all. That's it.
How you all look injury-wise? How's everyone doing?
Not too shabby.
I'm pretty much at death's door.
As you often are. What's
Oh,
that
look at
name
that.
short for again?
Mostly dead.
There we go. Living up to the name.
I'm a little more beaten up than usual, but not too bad.
If we take some time here, I could get you guys back up.
Bloody,
Up and up.
burnt, covered in ooze. residual
You guys
is.
love oozes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love them.
You know some of the dangers lurking on this floor of the Mysterium as you have already met them. And you're not sure doors are going to provide much of a sanctuary. But it's better than nothing. Do you want to rest here in this room where the portal had once trailed away out of time? It sounds like you're all pretty hurt. So, especially MD, who has the biggest health pool. So, you have 2 health.
No, I'm at 57. I'm doing victory.
His nearly dead is only shy of half of my total.
Yeah.
I would say, to save us sitting in the rolling, it would take you about 30 minutes if you wish to pass time, if you were to commit to resting that long for Reginald and Edelmang to be able to bring everyone back up to fighting fit.
Were there other time constraints?
I think it's just dangers we're worried about.
Yeah, otherwise I feel like we're kind of locked in time. So, yeah, I don't think we're in much of a rush besides just the potential for something else to come along.
And theoretically, we could have been sent to a different time.
I was thinking that.
Should we check for that?
Not
How do you
yet.
check for that?
As soon as you have that thought, Edelmang, kind of glancing around the room, you notice things are a little bit different. You see out the doors into the charnel house on the other side, the bodies, the blood. And you can see that even through the chaos,
Oh my gosh.
it's a slightly
Holy cow.
it's a slightly different chaos than you would
Slightly different. The whole screen is red.
like that before. It just didn't show up on the map. It's,
No, it didn't.
We also can't see that far. We only see down the one hallway.
there's a room
Yeah.
with a statue with a brass head atop it. It's in the middle of a library of red leather-bound books. You've passed through there before. It was somewhat well ordered. Obviously, battles had happened. Some books had flown, some shelves were damaged, but it seems different. Now, there's an entire section of the wall that looks like it's impacted inward. The stone itself, through the carvings of angels, cratered. And books and a display that were up against that wall, strewn all throughout the library. It's different.
And it also
There's-
looks like there's blood everywhere.
There's blood everywhere before. There's,
It was theater of the mind. There was
We got a
blood
map
everywhere.
upgrade.
there's smears and marks across the ground that, of course, there were already a lot. You had seen where those oozes had moved. You'd seen where the guards had run, but something is different about them. It's not exactly what you left. It looks mostly the same. You don't get the feeling that it's another timeline, but time has passed. You weren't returned to the exact moment that you left.
But if I look at the remnants of things that are around, or even just kind of sniff the rancid air, it doesn't smell like it's been days, right? It's not like stuff is noticeably
What are you all
decays.
doing as you rest here? Obviously, the Reginald, you are tending to wounds as your exploration
Yeah.
activity right now. You're treating wounds. Do you want to be searching, seeking, using your perception, or thinking?
Say seeking.
Okay.
I'm gonna, I guess, also be seeking, and see if maybe, yeah.
No, you MD.
I'm getting treated, so I'm just gonna be looking down the hallway. I'm gonna be seeking.
I'd like to identify the gear.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, Seekers, give me perception checks.
Seeker.
And I will just let you go ahead and roll for it, because this seems to be something not really from your time, and also clearly very powerful. I'm not going to hit you with, well, what's your
Occultism.
what is your arcana?
Okay, that's still pretty good. It's a 25.
25? Holding this gear, it clearly is the setting for the blue stone you had seen before you left the Mysterium you were in prior. But it itself still holds an incredible amount of power. This is a part of that divine spark, whatever it was that Mun had. Just holding it. As some time passes here, you realize it makes you feel different. You feel like you somehow have a greater understanding of the things that you're looking at. All those tiny details in the hallway there, you didn't even roll for that. You just noticed it like it was obvious. You're suddenly acutely aware of everything around you. What's your wisdom score?
The score?
The bonus, whatever you want to go
The
with.
bonus is a +4.
While you hold this, it's somehow aiding. It's giving you something. It's sharpening your mind. It's giving you almost a different perspective than you normally look for. But it's subtle. It's not something that's obvious. It's not like an intrusive thought or like a different voice or anything like that. It's just you notice things you might otherwise not. You already have an Apex item on right now, don't you?
I've got the necklace.
The necklace. Fair enough. The other three of you, what do you guys got for perception?
I'm counting rocks at my feet. There's
Nice.
27 ones about the size of your pinky now.
You roll a 1?
I rolled a 20. I rolled a 26 total.
26 total.
Oh, I was like
So,
20. I'm like,
Like a 4?
I rolled
And I
a
wanna
3.
spend
A
it.
3, okay.
yeah, 27.
29.
Wow, you guys, you're
Counting rocks.
you guys are a little
I just figured if they
Thrown.
don't get it, I'm gonna get it after they're done.
thrown by
Once I'm done binging.
what's
them
been
up.
happening recently, and here being back in the Mysterium is not really a great solace from being lost adrift in time and the future you don't understand. Fortunately, possibly almost miraculously, enough time passes for Reginald to patch everyone up without any severe consequence. Nothing so much as tries the door, and there's no show of the specter you had met previously. You are uninterrupted and all brought back up to full health.
Except for me, I'm
Marius,
still drained.
You're still drained.
I'm still drained, so
Can you treat that?
He can.
Can I treat it in this time? Is that how that
Yeah,
works?
so you did a 10-minute medicine check is like the thing that lets you treat that. So yeah, you can absolutely just treat your drain.
Okay, well then. Cool.
Yeah, so your drain would be gone too. So you have that feat now.
You're the best.
Insane 221, my fellow ranger. You should know it's been 3 weeks. You practice in the wilderness.
Thank you, Sane.
Hero point for Insane 221.
I got a job to do.
And as Reginald finishes up, probably dealing with himself, that drain condition being the most difficult thing he has to deal with.
Pulled out the blood bags.
I should mention, as you arrive back in the Mysterium here, like Reginald said in the beginning, this was no dream. This portal to the future, this journey through time, it was something different entirely. And this ritual that reopened that tunnel to return you, both very physical things. Marius, you still have a strange scope affixed to your bow. Reginald Edelmay, you still have these blasters, these strange guns from the future. You still have a crystal embedded in your eye. And MD, you still have that strange little orb with that grenade socketed into it. This was a very physical transmission. You still have these things. It's not like these separate projections of yourself in the Dreamlands. You went there. You were there.
So happy I bought a gun.
And now you're back.
So I have X-ray vision.
Alright. Don't look at me like
Once
that.
a day, yes. That's what, once a day, or once an hour, or?
Oh yeah, once a day. It's the effects of the X-ray vision spell, which we don't have yet.
It's gonna be really weird when the next monster hits you directly in your eye.
As crazy as this whole campaign is, this isn't the craziest thing that we have futuristic guns. Is that weird?
I have
No.
a 6th rank detect magic as a constant ability.
Alright.
You have a magical eye.
That's awesome.
I feel like this is gonna come with something.
All right, I would like to.
Came Return to the Future.
All right.
It's like a That's So Raven kind of like they zoom in. I'd like to walk over to Reginald once he's sort of done with patching everybody up. Hey, do you want to take a look at this thing?
What is that? Is that?
Just like
It's not your eyeball, is it?
No,
Okay, just checking.
no, it doesn't look like that. That's a gear. So
Okay.
it's-
Oh, that. Yes.
yeah.
This is the thing that brought us back.
As you even just put it in your hand, Reginald, you feel that
Odd.
there's some kind of power in there. There's something. It's odd. for
It's
sure.
odd. Something new.
There's something in there.
Do you feel it?
I feel like I want to make better decisions, not based.
That's not what I felt.
Well, it's not about solving problems, but like being like a better parent or something. Or maybe I should call like
you
a friend. No, I'm not. No. Well, I don't know.
You should know. You should know that.
Well,
That's odd.
you want to get into that
That's
story
all.
right now? Is that really what you want to do, guys? Okay, can I like investigate or do something? And,
Yeah,
like,
you understand the core concept.
actually, I think I have something to identify something somewhere.
This seems like it is clearly magical.
Yeah.
And usually there's a concept in Pathfinder that's called investing. You normally do it in the morning, but this is strong enough. If you want to, you can sort of attune to it.
Okay.
If you want to take that leap, and that would immediately let you feel what it does. If it's obvious, use whatever power you may be able
Does
to
it?
from it.
The only thing I'm worried about is like, does it come across any kind of evil sense?
There are engravings around the outside of it.
Yeah.
The gear itself golden, the engravings silver, looking much like the strange angular designs. that are
My
on the
spectacles,
blue.
I believe I can like read
So-
languages and things like that.
It's engraved on one end of it with a symbol that looks like a moth.
Do I know what that's from? A moth? Have I seen that before?
That's a great. Have you seen a moth before? You
I've
guys
seen a
have
moth before, but
seen a moth
like,
before?
right? But like, obviously, it's like a symbol of like a clan or a super powerful thing, or like, is there like a known?
Make me, I guess, that'd be a religion or society check. Take your pick.
Religion or society? Where's my name in the bedroom?
I will switch you to recalling knowledge now that you're done treating the injuries here.
Society for sure.
His default.
Oh man.
It's a
dude.
29.
At 29, it's a moth is a common enough entity that there's no small number of small groups and organizations that might be affiliated with like a moth motif, but nothing major that you know of. And this again doesn't look like it's from your time. This
Right.
If it has any major connections,
It might be.
the best you can think of is like Desna's more of a butterfly. It might just be like a weird adaptation of a butterfly, because nothing with a moth specifically.
Well, it's from the future, so this is a symbol of some sort of society or company or something big from the future that hasn't even happened yet, but yet we have it here in the past.
Or is it from the past and it was sent to the future?
Well, probably not.
Because Mun took it with him when he came from the past.
Oh,
to the
that's
future.
true. Well, we don't know. We don't know yet. We got to keep going. Sometimes, whenever you are trying to figure things out, it's not good to stop. You keep going, and it will figure itself out.
Are you investing it or?
I will
hanging
investigate
on
it.
to
Yeah. No. How do?
That's
Yeah.
not
Do I roll more
investigating.
things?
Attune.
Do I want to do that, or do you gave it to me?
Yeah.
Are you giving this to me, or do you want it back, or you want me to just see what it is?
It seemed like something that you'd
Investing
be
is not like
interested in.
blood binding it to you. It doesn't stop you from giving it to somebody else.
Right. I'll take it. I think I could use it, but I also think you could as well. So it's either it's just a gift.
I,
It's like
I don't know, man. I found it on the floor, same as you. But I think that you should.
Are you proposing?
Whoa! Hey, I'm a widow.
Not even just that. I also kind of see he was very young. This is actually. Hopefully there was no.
No,
I'm not.
Way older than you.
But you don't look it, and I can't get over the visual. Yeah, you look great.
It's not a proposal.
But that's not what I was trying to say at all.
I think you should.
Okay, no, I'll take it. I think I get what you're saying. I know, I'll take it.
What
Yes.
is your wisdom score?
It is +1.
+4.
Oh, snizzle. I'll have to fix that on the.
It's going to increase your will save and your perception, the two primary ones.
As adding 4?
Well, adding 3 because you went from 1 to
1,
4.
okay. Okay, and then a bunch of these will probably go up 3 as well.
Anything that says wisdom is going to go up 3. Yes.
Right.
Religion,
there's a
medicine,
medicine,
survival.
What a great
That's
thing for
why
you
I
to
should have that.
Well, I've already got one.
That's why you were hinting towards this. You know what? Reggie's so much smarter than Brett. Oh gosh.
And he's wiser now.
This gear itself functions as an apex item. An apex item for wisdom. It will either set your wisdom 2 + 4 if it's lower, or give you an additional +1 if it's 4 or higher.
Oh, got it.
So, since you only have +1, that's just going to lock it 2 + 4.
Still amazing.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I think.
Nice.
Okay, this is great.
Nice.
Thank you. I guess. Or, yeah. Oh no, it's fine.
It's okay.
Now, for you, this is a much more immediate and apparent change. The Edelmaid, this was a little like it was functionally nothing because you already have an apex item, just a small nudge. For Reginald, your wisdom went from 12 to 18.
Yeah.
It is an immediate, almost overwhelming amount of. It's not knowledge; it's just understanding.
Right.
You don't suddenly learn anything you didn't already know, but 1,000 dots in your head connect at once.
Right. I know not to put tomatoes in a fruit salad down. Yes.
Looking around the area around you, things are connecting in ways that, frankly, make your head spin. Make it difficult to focus. There's so much hitting you at once. Make me a will save.
But I would actually like it.
It's cocked.
I don't know. Do I go back to black? I don't know what to do.
I can't answer this for you. You gotta maybe you should actually.
You probably should have.
Don't do it now. Oh, you got,
I got to. I'm gonna have to. This was shocking.
I thought you were just gonna roll to see what it would have been.
Hyperbole, thank you. I'm gonna re-roll this because the will save would have been a 5 plus what? Where's my will save?
It would have been 5 plus 24.
29. Ugh, do I want to keep that?
Do you want to keep that? That's a Brett decision.
No, because I want to roll better. Okay, there's a new roll.
It's better.
It's better. A little bit better. It's 5 plus 24. Where do you have? Where do you have 24?
Increase your will save by 3.
You just got more.
Yeah, was I at 21? Oh, Will, right there. Got it. Shouldn't have played a smart character, guys. 33.
You're doing great,
33.
Brett.
You are stupefied 1.
Okay.
Wait.
Not consequential.
That
Good
means
thing you rolled it, probably. Maybe.
that means that while you carry that condition, you are kind of overwhelmed. Any magic you try to cast is difficult to focus on enough to cast effectively. Your will save and any mental skills are going to be reduced by 1. It's so much that it's too much. For you to handle immediately all at once, at least. Marius, you're kind of seeing this conversation, and just as soon as he invests this gear, he feels this. All of you can immediately see this fox. Eyes go wide, real big, pupils get real small.
I'm learning Kung Fu. Give me a second.
Whoa, do you need to sit down?
Wait,
oh my gosh.
I saw this in the asylum when Candy found her
No,
drugs.
give me a few minutes. No, I like it. Let me stay in this.
It
Just give me a minute.
reminds me of like when a cat sees something and just kind of freezes for a really long time. You're like, what's happening in his head
It
right
reminds you of the thing in the attic in Castamere. In Mun's lab.
now? Oh.
god in the attic.
Oh.
No, Marcus. It reminds you of something not fun. Welcome to Strange Aeons.
That's concerning. He's...
Are-
That, I mean...
What was
He's
I
kind
think
of-
I do this. It was good. Yeah, it was good. No, this is
Remember
great.
when... well, it's reminding me of when I was given all of that
It's
knowledge,
a very
but
similar effect.
I don't
as
remember...
now.
Most of that was also kind of wiped from Marius's mind.
But this kind of triggers a like pang of recollection, just like a cold.
I can connect so many things. I have so much information. I know actually.
I don't remember what
Yes,
happened, but
Lisa.
it reminds me of when that Aeon kind of-
Aeon.
I mean, when I turned on all of you, like learning
Oh,
the sense of knowing too much.
should we take it?
No, it's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's
No.
fine.
I don't.
No, this is good.
I don't. It doesn't look as bad, but I would be worried that he might. I don't know. There's not something right.
What?
As long as nothing's talking to him right now, then hopefully
Talking to myself, everything is an understanding of law right
nothing's trying to convince
Nobody's
him to, you know,
Good.
kill everybody or create some kind of singularity. I think he's.
I think I can figure out how to get out of here.
Well,
I can do that.
There might be a lot more power in there than we are, than you know, it initially seems.
Okay. I guess. Are you
I'm good.
good?
Yeah, he
are
says he's
you?
good.
I'm so good right now. I just think I can.
Look, keep an eye on
Just
him.
got to get more information around. I can put it all together pretty quickly. I think. Yep, I'm good.
Which way's up?
It's not north, is what a lot of people think, but no, that's on a piece of paper in a 2D situation. Would be that bit
Okay,
actually. It's
Okay,
just
well,
a-
which way's up?
That's well, you lose altitude
Thank
the
you.
higher
And
you
now
go.
that I'm thinking
breathe
about
less.
it too, this combines
Oxygen.
two. It's connecting two fears I was starting to have. Where, I mean, before, wherever we just went, I had felt like Mun was going to be, you know, the driving force behind like wherever we're going, whatever is happening right now, because it's hard to believe that Lowls would, you know, get past all of this, you know, by himself and continuing to stumble along. But if there's something that can instill this much understanding in somebody just by holding it, Lowls might be more destructive and dangerous wherever we're going if he's found something else like this that could make him
Well,
smarter than he definitely was not.
Just let me hang on to it just for a little bit. Listen, if I start going crazy, like too much, this is, you know, you guys gotta take me out. That's not even, that's the wisdom I just learned. I knew that all along. You guys are so strong. I'm fine. No, this is good. Guys, nothing but helpful at this point.
all right. I'm gonna stand up off the ground. I guess we need to keep going.
Yes.
I guess so. Something's been out there.
Well, the only one way to find out what it is to go look. Standing here and making hypotheses.
These hypotheses. It's fine.
Thank you, Evelyn. Isn't gonna get us anywhere. So,
Before we leave, was there anything else interesting in this room now that the apparent
You want-
glowing things are
Some
gone?
very hastily assembled sets of alchemical equipment and remainders of whatever Mun had attempted to do here, maybe, but it doesn't really look like he had much. This was a room that's clearly he very briefly spent, well, not very briefly, but spent some time in. There was a desk barricading the door. It seems like it was just a refuge until that trap went off. But there's not much else in here that looks to be of immediate use. MD opens the doors back up to the rest of the Mysterium, revealing again this red-bound section of the collection. These angels carved across the walls, still peeking out between cases and behind shelves. The face and body of one destroyed on the right side, where the wall looks like it had been pummeled away, rubble strewn across the bloody floor.
I'm going to be about like 10, 15 feet out in front of everyone else when we get to the corner where we know the Wraith was. And I'm going to switch my exploration activity. I'm going to raise my shield up just in case.
I would like to, as we get towards the blood, I will get over there and bend down and touch it and kind of, I want to study the blood and where it came from. And I have a hunch that it's from all those people that were possibly trapped in that one area, but I don't know. Can I figure out what kind of blood it is? Like if it's animalistic or if it's humanoid?
You and both, because you are both recalling knowledge right now, can make medicine checks.
Okay. All right, medicine plus a cajillion.
You keep on, you got your random -1 from your stupid side.
Oh.
You're still too higher than you were.
Yeah. Yes, so that is 14 plus 37.
37.
Yep.
We don't need to worry about it.
This blood is by and large human. It looks like it's a few days old.
A few days old.
Maybe a week. Almost certainly has come from the bodies that are strewn about of the Mysterium guards. But looking through the 37, not all of it is. There's little trickles, little bits that were dropped on the floor that seem like they're fresher. And they're a little bit different. They dried a little bit, and the hue is a bit off. It's not blood that you can recognize. It doesn't seem like it's from the guards, and seeing as you diced up one of the blobs, it didn't really just seem to be piles of slop. It doesn't seem to be from them either. There's very little of it.
Some other kind of. There's another kind of blood from here that's. We ran into the gods. We've had those other animals, the beasts that we were upstairs. Because that Wraith didn't even have really blood.
How can you even? There's just so much of it.
It's,
How can you
the way
even tell?
Yeah, but it's the way it's glistening. There's almost like a oil to it. To some of these other things that is very foreign.
Right.
Now, as you walk through the halls here, Edelmay, the crystal embedded into your eye gives you a little bit of a different, literally a different view of the area. You can see shimmers over the chainmail wrapped around some of the guards, shimmers around the heads of their glaives embedded throughout the halls. You can see which ones are magical.
So cool. Oh my gosh.
Right, which hall did we go down?
You see that over there?
That's
magic.
Which hall should we go? Should we go further up that way, the way we haven't been?
Yeah, it seems like going north is the way that we haven't been that way.
Brief reminder for
Gotta
me, the
circle around
GM,
room.
you haven't had an opportunity to turn any statues around.
I was literally about to talk about that. I was
No,
I wanted to I think we were supposed
So
to
you
turn the
came past
heads.
this, but I believe you were running from a ghost. when
Yeah,
this
yeah,
happened,
yeah.
And
So
we were also told that it's pointless. So,
the Mysterium guards had told you there was no way to the access downstairs.
Well, they are not as smart as us. At least
you
not
can
me.
turn it.
Should we not ask the people hidden in the corner what things have changed?
I don't think they would know.
Well,
If they're still in the corner,
I was going to say, darling, I think we're looking at all of them here.
Well, no, these were here before.
you think this is the people?
I think this is the people that was trapped
I
in the
thought you
corner.
said
But
it
you
was
ran
like.
past all these bodies on the way down.
All this blood and bodies have been here before.
Horrible.
Oh, we ran past all this blood before?
Yes. Again, it's always been here.
Oh, I don't remember that. I thought it was clear before.
Yes, I agree. Anyways.
My bad. That's Brett, not Reginald.
They upgraded the map.
The map simply shows what was already.
All the textures didn't load in the first time.
We could yell and see if they are still present.
We are also, based off of this blood, what, like a week ahead of where we were? Not exactly coming back the same day?
A gentle tremor shakes the floor.
I would rather we don't shout and continue to go on a little bit more subtly.
I would like to say at the other end of this hall is something angry. Or was something angry.
Oh,
Which way? The east?
East.
Also
There's
in the
beast
middle,
in the east.
Also in the middle of the hall, there's a very angry ghost. So
we can go north and try to go around those things.
yes, I think so.
Before we do want to turn the head.
Yeah.
Is there a way? I don't know. Is there a way for me to like figure out which way? Do they all need to like point at each other at a thing? I don't
Just
know.
turn them all the way around.
Is that what it was? That's what it was upstairs on the first floor. You just rotate them all.
One way
You
turns it
just
off,
turn
the
around.
other increases
Like,
volume.
MD just grabs the head of the statue and rotates it around. You can hear it click as the head sits now backwards on the shoulders of the statue.
All right, take note of that.
Okay.
Now from here, you can very clearly see there is a second statue, another collection just at the end of the hall to the north side.
Alright, well, we should
We'll go and
go
rotate
get
that
that
as
real quick.
Keep going north.
You pass the end of the shelves full of red-backed journals and move into a lot of dissertations on spellcasting, specifically evocation spellcasting, control and summoning of force, both elemental and arcane. It's not really spell books. It's not, this is literally a spell that is written out. It's majoritively philosophical. Details in the manifestation, the manipulations of the actual energy, how it interacts with ley lines, things that may be useful to peruse with years of studied understanding, but wouldn't certainly provide you any benefit now.
If we looked over them, are there any that look like a more detailed book compared to a less detailed backdrop?
They all look very, very densely detailed, extremely backdroppy. They all, almost, even as you look at them, seem to smear together into one solid wall-like texture.
Oh my god.
There's none that are painted on a clear gel that could be animated later, right?
None of them seem like they stand out, like they are a different layer from the background cell.
Okay.
But
so
why don't the three of you make me perception checks?
The two of them.
Oh, you switched, right? The two of you make me perception checks.
Doing great today.
They got
great.
good eyes. She has 3 of them, in fact.
33.
33?
28.
28? Because you're looking to see if there's a clear Scooby-Doo-like animation cell heralding anything of value in the books. Prototype moving towards the entryway of the room as MD kind of walks in. You notice that underneath the smears of blood, there is a little bit more. In the crack between the tiles, there is a very thin line of runic script that stretches almost all the way across the floor, right at this corner where the room starts to open up a little bit more. MD's already walked past it. He's into the room. But you and Reginald and Marius are just kind of approaching this line. You smear away a bit of the blood and see it does seem to stretch almost all the way across, stopping like 5 feet out from the left-hand wall and angling around up into the room.
You see Prototype's head tilt down as we're walking towards it and kind of halt over it. Head just kind of zoned in, head tilts to the side, head tilts back up. There might be something odd.
That's funny. That's good.
You would notice something odd. Looking around a lot of the books and small displays in this room, right around the right side corner as you come up to this and can see there's three or four little columns that kind of demarcate a small section on the right-hand side of the room. There is a display case right in the center of it that has a small rod that looks like most of these displays are a clutter of artifacts of small journals and display pages, and this is one of the only ones you've seen that's just a single object, and it's in a pretty well-sealed case.
Yeah.
Your crystal eye behind Reginald would also see it shimmering with magic.
Wonder. So it's like in like a concealed case. Does it look like a switch, like a lever?
No, it looks like there's a clear box.
Okay.
It's like a rod, maybe 8 inches long, of it just looks like a flat, black cylinder. There's no design motif on it at all. And it's just sitting upright on a little like display clamp in this glass case on a little pedestal.
And the rod is what's shimmering.
The rod is what's shimmering. The rod inside the case is shimmering in magic.
It's magic.
I might be able to see how this opens. Can I do some crafting or something to see how the runes connect to the case or how any of that?
As you look down the MD, you just head right to the statue.
Yeah.
You just head right across.
I don't even hear this happening behind me.
You guys are all looking at, is anyone going to the case, or are you still looking at the ring on the floor?
Well, and how they connect to the case and all that shenanigans.
I was trying to think about the statue, but then this came up, so then I will... if you have a problem, let me know. I'll still go with...
I want to fiddle with the case.
You're going
It's
with
magic.
the case.
I think Marius.
Where you going with MD?
Marius would have probably tried to stop you because he would have been a little bit concerned that a line on the floor of runes might be some kind of trap.
MD's walked through it. MD's walked across it. He's...
That's fine. I guess nobody's getting hurt. Fine. We'll go.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Totally fine.
Are you going too, or are you still back here?
I'll probably be closer to the statue, but kind of splitting the difference between the two.
Okay. So as you all move up, Cammy, you get to the case. Prototype, you're looking at the runes on the floor. And about 8 to 10 seconds after MD has crossed this line, right as he's about 10 feet up in the statue, you see a small little shimmer run down the line, like a spark down a circuit. And then all of you see a flash, a square of walls just pop up into being.
Oh
no! Most of the room. Marius, you see it flash up right between you and Reginald. Cammy, you see it right in front of the bookcases. MD, it's right in front of you as you get to the statue. Everybody roll me some initiative.
So am I basically on the outside?
You are right. You and Reginald are on opposite sides of it. It flared up a complete square, floor to ceiling.
Oh snap!
Man, I get another +2 to perception
Unfortunate.
from this eye.
You just gotta do it again.
I just rolled an natural 24, 45.
Sorry,
44.
So I had to change it.
44 because I'm
Reginald gets a
stupefied one, right?
Bazillion. All right. How's that 18 wisdom treating you?
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Oh yeah, good stuff.
Stupefied's worth it. It's still +2.
Still +2.
It's 28.
28 prototype, Cammy?
Oh, okay.
So you got a +2 on perception from that eyeball? For that
I'm
crystal?
so perceptive now.
That's
It's
pretty
36 on an 11.
Pretty good, MD.
I rolled a 9 on the die. It's a 32 total.
Marius?
35.
35.
Between
after.
Man.
Yeah.
36.
36. I think it's 32%.
And I already had the +2 from the improved initiative.
I have
I'm
my
so
hand.
locked in.
I have my hand hovered over where the line is on the floor, and then I'll snap up. I'm like, it was not me.
Whoa! Whoa!
It's fine.
What?
Not worried.
No, it's not.
Reginald, you heading over towards the statue here, as you see all of this shimmer up, you almost react before it even happens. You feel a slight, like that, almost like you're being watched, feeling like a start. And you look up, hair standing up on the back of your neck, and then, even as it appears, you're already reacting. What do you do?
Wait, is there a bad guy there at all?
No.
Oh, there's okay.
You are just suddenly in what looks to be a magical black box.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. What normally we just fight and hit stuff.
I'll give you something odd.
Right. It was like, is there some sort of action, like
Feels
investigation?
like it's starting to get warmer.
Okay. It's okay. All right. Well,
He's like, be alarmed.
Wish I had my
Be
hat.
very alarmed.
we do need to figure this out quickly. Is there something? Maybe I'm thinking how to get out of this. I don't know. What would I kind of take as like a hint towards where to go? Because it's just like this.
Recalling knowledge.
Yeah.
So I will give you one free Arcana check. It's not an action because that was your exploration activity, and we'll get the cameo or Ailman. I'll get one.
That's not good enough. I got to get rid of my 50 Shades of Yellow which I think I got from that was a PG-13 show.
It's yellow and not gray.
It's kind of worse. I think it was also Hypervolt. Got me this one as well. You're the best.
You got a fan.
50 stages of the yellow would be a perfect time for a hydration check.
A hydration check, is that what you said? So I'm going to re-roll that. Which is better. What was this? A Arcana, you said?
Yes.
32.
The 32, you can see these all flash into being, and while it looks like glass, you see this shimmer, and then it's immediately like perfectly transparent.
Okay.
These are not glass. These are walls of force.
Right.
They are incredibly resilient magical barriers of just pure arcane energy. They can be broken, but it takes like singular powerful hits because it's so hard to physically damage them.
Yeah.
It's like diamond on omega steroids. So it's not completely impossible that you could break them down, but finding a way to deactivate them
it makes more sense. And the only thing we have in here is either these 4 columns,
columns
or
and
that
the
box.
case is in the thing with you.
Yeah, okay. If that's the only thing that's odd.
Yeah, it's like kind of right in the square that you are. It's inside it.
Oh,
There's
I thought it was
a couple of other
in
little
between.
displays and shelves in here as well too, but the shelves are along the walls or
If that's the only thing that's kind of odd in here, then I'm going to think that is how we figure this out.
Okay.
Unless there's some sort of like scripts or writings on the columns that are there. I don't know. I guess
take an action to Zeke.
I will take an action to.
No, she's waving a
I
card.
might help you here. Because I think it's actually more useful to use this on your turn so that you know what to do on your turn versus me. I would like to use Sudden Revelation.
Okay.
You may ask a single yes or no question as if using the commune ritual with a successful casting. So it's to you.
Yep.
So, hold on. So what I was thinking, guys, you can't hear us. What I was thinking of asking is just straight up,
Ask the
do you
architect?
use the wand? Do you use the rod to dispel the wall? Because then we could just.
It's weird that you're locked in the box with the disarm thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be weird that you were locked in it with it.
So is there a better question? I'm trying to like eliminate a path that we have to go down, right?
Yes, I do like that idea because if it's not that, then we know it's something else.
Yeah.
Then it could be the pillars.
Is the boundary of the wall out, like, is that one inside the boundary?
Yes.
Okay, never mind.
That was our question.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
No.
We already did that.
That was not the question.
Is that the best? Is there a better
Yeah.
way?
No, I think that's perfect because if it's not that, then it's the other things.
It's either that or it's like, is the way to disarm it inside the trap. That
Well, but
way.
there's I would like to know from the wand. I mean, it could be.
Okay.
Because if the wand's not it, then we don't know if there is an actual way to disarm
I
the trap.
also thought about that too, if there was like inside or outside.
I have
But it has
one
to
way
be
of
yes or
disarming
no.
it.
I would be.
But if he says yes,
Pick your wording carefully.
yeah, because he could also
We gotta
do.
think.
But he could also, if it's inside the trap and he says yes, that's still very broad. Because it could be like through the ley line or a thing.
Yeah.
or a thing.
If
So,
we
like,
do the rod, then
we
it's
got-
like we
Just-
know not to mess with something, right?
Yeah, right.
It
yeah.
could also be. I mean, there is a question of whether or not like disarm versus like escape, or like whether or not like can he turn it off?
Okay,
versus
is
get
the
out.
wand
Still-
what you use to dispel the wall of force trap?
Is dispel the right word? Is that what we're doing? You're the rules guy.
We all looked to you.
It's either you want to disarm the trap or dispel the magical effect. So, because it is a magical effect that's happening.
Which is the more general?
Yeah.
Disarm?
I think they're both about the same amount of general.
Neutralize.
To drop
Neut-
the
What if we
to
do-
escape.
Is-
Does it have to do with the case?
Do we use the rod to escape the trap?
That's
think-
too specific.
No, that's too broad. No, that's not
That-
too broad. That's too broad. I like that. I like that. I like that.
Do you use?
The rod to escape this trap.
Well, but this could generalize to the.
Well, but then he
the
might be like,
entire
well, you
house.
can hit it with it just like you can punch it. You know?
Depends
Or
on what kind
anything
of
is possible
GM
if
we
you try
have.
hard.
Also, the Mysterium is a trap, so he could be.
We're gonna
this could be-
specify that it's the wall
Let's
of
not give him too many ideas by talking.
What if we go back to the future?
Okay.
Want to go
Okay.
to the funny spaceship?
Okay.
Your headband is escaping.
What? What? Where's it
It's on
going?
your neck.
Right.
There we go.
It's going away.
She's scandalous.
Oh gosh, she's
Trying to get
exposed.
Daylight.
Nobody look!
There
All
we
right,
go.
what's your
Okay,
question?
Okay.
Just remember, we're
Thanks,
all
man.
counting on you. Good
Okay.
luck.
What's your question?
I'm gonna speak really slowly.
It'll help.
I'm gonna be really specific.
Okay.
And it's gonna start right now. Okay. Do you...
I'm going to give you a mulligan.
What? What?
I'm going to give you an out. I'm going to give you one chance to rethink your wording. I can't see the future.
Can you...
There is a god.
You know what we're saying! Come on!
Those are very different questions.
Okay,
Do
okay,
we
no,
use
it's
the rod
true.
to
It's true.
escape the
Okay.
death? I don't know.
Can you...
You're silly.
Can we? Can we?
I love
Can one...
Can one!
Can a being.
Can one... use the black rod, magical rod, inside the case in front of me to dispel or disarm the wall of force trap surrounding Adelmay, Reginald, and MD.
A good lawyer could actually mean that you asked nothing. Like,
I tried.
Good enough. It took
is that the point of the? Is that the point? Is that the point of the trap?
The answer provided will always be one word, such as yes, no, likely, or unknown.
Yes.
You can.
Okay, then I go over there and I want to investigate it to figure out how to open it
All right.
and solve
who-
Should
everything.
we have
Wait.
should you?
Who gave
It's
us,
a-
First
who gave
action.
us the card, by the way?
that
was
what?
that was
That was your
Hiroka-san, you were. Thank you.
Thank you.
First action is walking.
First action, moving over to the case.
Then investigating. Would it be investigating it?
Make me a
How do I solve the
perception
puzzle?
check. Consider that's your second
Puzzle
action.
master.
How's your heart rate?
Perception.
So high. I'm wondering if we should have said should you, but I don't know if he would have done that.
You said perception. 13 plus 24 be 37.
37. Okay, as you look down at the case here, you can see that there is a small keyhole on the side facing you as you approach it from the
Okay.
left here, actually, that looks like it might open the case itself. There's tiny hinges visible on this face of the glass only. It's basically 4 little beams poking up with 5 panes of glass around it.
Mhm.
Only one looks like it moves. The glass itself is inscribed, well, you needed a pretty high roll to see this, with extremely thin, hair-like inscriptions of a large rune across the whole of each pane. It's almost invisible, it's so fine. Each of the plates themselves is a rune.
Oh.
Got it.
And you have one action left.
Oh, where are my spectacles? Is it something that I could possibly read? Where is it? Where is
It's
it?
not language, it's like a magical rune.
Oh, got it. Yeah. All right. So, what action could I take to disarm this thing? I mean, it seems like I would need.
If you want to go for pick the lock is decidedly thievery.
Yeah.
If you wanted to go for trying to determine more about the rune, I would need an arcana. If you wanted to try to break the glass, I need an attack roll. I mean, it's kind of
Okay.
like
All right.
your
So,
court here. You got options.
what I will do is, I don't have like lockpicking stuff, but you're a rogue. Are you good at thievery?
I'm good at picking
What are you
locks.
doing?
Well, so what I'm going to do, so in that in mind, I was like, all right, MD, I'll call over towards MD, and I'll basically tell him, listen, I'm going to try this, but I think you should try it right afterwards, and then I'll try and pick the lock.
With your fingers?
I have
You let him think for so long.
healing glove on. No. I don't have. I mean, that could just be my last action. I mean,
maybe a thievery check. You try. You got a little fox
I'll
claws.
pull out my
Give me a-
nails.
Give me a thievery check.
Oh my gosh, if it was a natural 20.
That would have been great.
It's like it's 29.
Yeah, no.
So it's just whatever. But like, I got to be honest though. I think MD. I think you're the one to actually do
Yeah, it's
this.
straight up -5 for not having lockpicking tools. So
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
24. And you reach in there.
I wanted to
it's
basically
not
let
working.
them
It's a tiny
know that it's warm in here. It's going to get worse. We need to pick this fast. MD, I think you're up.
You can all feel it's warm, and then just a moment after that, in an instant, it gets blisteringly hot, and then the entire room explodes.
Nope, this is happening faster than I thought.
Marius, you see the fire, a physical blast, surge out and wash across this barrier right in front of you. And a reflex save from the 3 in the cage.
Ooh. Okay.
I want to roll a reflex save just because I feel like Marius is going to.
Yeah, you're gonna try to
jump a
touch
little
it.
bit. Just to see
It's
what
in
will
the
happen.
invisible wall in front of you. Stop.
It's a 4. I jump back and hit my head.
It's like you're a thunk.
Oh, this is scary.
I had a 23. No, hold on. Reflex. No, it's not 23. It's a 31. Why did I say 23?
31 is a regular failure.
Ow.
Edelman?
Wow. Big explosion.
33.
Regular success.
Or
I rolled a nat
fine.
1.
Critical failure.
Goes up to a regular
Regular
failure.
failure.
I think
Rogue
when I
fails.
roll regular failures, it's half damage.
Yep.
It's all one thing, so I don't know how that wording.
What?
The greater rogue reflexes.
You can only change the greatest success once.
Yeah, it changes to crit to a failure, and then when you roll a failure on a reflex save against a damaging effect, you take half damage.
Okay, so you do still take half then.
Okay.
So yeah, it is a failure.
I
So
didn't
you would
know-
take whatever effects a failure has if there's more than damage. But the damage you take half. So
That's
half, full.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Did I
and
win?
we're back up to full. I forgot to actually update my little dices. Which I'm going to need right now.
I was really focused on that statue in the Wall of Force, like, kind of distracted me. And then I hear Reginald behind me talking, and it's just like a blur.
It's going to be 46 points of fire damage. So Reginald will take 46.
Well, let's do
MD
that.
and Adelmay will both take 23.
You take 3 less.
So.
Or
3
6 less. 6 less.
So 20. So it'll be
26,
17 for me.
Adelmay, you feel this flash of fire, this burn, and in an instant it's gone. And then your hair kind of starts to float and stand on end, and you feel a crackling energy start to build in the air. What do you do?
Well, I'd like my free recall knowledge check.
About what in particular?
Maybe that the room is exploding.
Okay, give me an Arcana.
Awesome.
The room is exploding.
Something about that, probably.
Okay.
8 on the die is going to be 33 again.
33. You've got a brief look at the subject matter of this library, and even now you can see the shelves and small stands in the room around you, many of which the fire seems to have just washed over. The books and the stands in here are completely unaffected, as is the display plinth with this strange little rod. But this seems to be an area very highly focused on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
You have the pure arcane energy of the walls of force around you. You've had a flash of fire. The 33, you can feel the building of electricity in the air. This seems like it is a channel of elements. And, well, in evocation, typically, there are 4.
Right.
Fire, ice, electricity, and acid.
Electricity seems poignant.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. I'll kind of call out. I don't know, but I kind of think it's gonna shock us next. What was that about the case? Did you point out those runes?
Yeah. I
Good.
I'm
I'll
definitely
go.
wasting my whole last
Good.
action just like telling all the
Good.
information about everything.
Awesome. Well, I'm in front of it. I would like to
First action, Arcana check.
do something about that.
We need Reggie treats to give
An
him whatever
Arcana
he
check,
does
but
good.
this one's my first action.
Yeah, that was your
My
recall
second
knowledge.
one.
Yeah, that was your exploration activity for you because you're recalling knowledge. This is your actual action.
Now I'm on runes. I'm thinking so hard in this. With the,
We have to
okay.
know the constraints of the puzzle before we
it's a
can solve it.
34.
34, looking at these runes, they're pretty basic, surprisingly. They're actually not very complex at all.
Okay.
These are functionally fortification runes.
Okay.
This glass is very heavily magically reinforced. It will be much more difficult to break than regular glass.
Okay.
You can't just... You're in there. That said, that's what you see. The 34.
So they're hard to break. It doesn't look like if they were broken that something bad would happen. Like
That's
it's
what
not.
you see with the 34. You can spend another action if you want.
See the way he worded that. Okay. You know what? I'm a very intelligent Twitch. I'm sure that I got all that I need to glean on the first check. As always. And you said it's just going to be harder to break?
Yes.
We're going to get exploded anyways.
That's a great... You know, this is how my thought process is, too.
You're going to get exploded whether or not you're in the box. This is you have party with prototype.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
This is just another day.
I still have the beaded necklace.
You do?
Yes. How much damage was it again?
I don't think you know.
I had to roll it once before.
Yeah, it was. So you have the beads. You threw one before. I told you, like, I kind of exactly what beads were on there. I think.
I have. Intruder! You can't see that fly on the camera.
There is a fly going crazy in here. He's
I have magic is clustered in each bead individually, and then I have 2. Magic is infused into beads as they detach.
Yes. Alright, you want to throw a little bead?
I felt more certain about it before I started talking about it.
I feel like you're gonna flood the room with water or something.
Like, looking at the beads, they all look the same, right? It's been a while since we...
No, there is very clearly one kind of large central one. Then there were 2. It's like it's a big bead, and they like get smaller as it goes out. And I believe the one that you threw was one of the 2 that was like not the center one, but one of the 2 next to it. So there's a missing bead there that you'd thrown. Okay. It's like big one. There were 2 smaller ones, and then there were 4 total smaller ones.
Let's start smaller. I need to go crazy. It's just glass.
Just glass.
Magically.
Wait, no, how many mediums are there? Okay, there's 8 small ones.
How do we draw 4?
Oh,
4 small ones, 1 medium, 1 large, because you've thrown a medium already.
Oh, I see. I'll throw a small one.
Just throw the whole necklace.
You just take the necklace.
You know, I thought about that, but they only get infused once they leave the necklace.
In Pathfinder 1E, you could just throw the whole necklace.
That's funny.
Looking over the runes, as if she's like back in one of her labs or something, like getting ready to doctor something up. She's like, okay, yeah. So this is it's gonna be like harder to break. Actually, hold on 1 second. I'll just and I'll throw one at it.
All right, roll me 10d6.
Awesome.
I love the
There they are.
of emergency glass box.
That's why we did that.
That's why we did that. We planned ahead.
Organizing.
10d6 exactly.
You're gonna be able to take this lock so well.
And the room explodes a second time. And everyone in the room is also going to make a reflex save. But we'll get to that.
I really wish I had the backdraft mantle.
You get a lot of value out of that.
I would get a lot of value out of it.
So let's see. That is.
What's
More
reflex
explosions.
I rolled an 11 on the die
That's
for a
a
total
10.
of 36.
Success, so crit success.
Yes.
You're ready for the second explosion.
Yeah, I turn around and see her going to do it. I'm like, oh no.
And then that's
12. So that's 32.
32 damage. All right, reflex saves from both of you.
From me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're also in the box.
So here's the thing.
They're in the box.
Would you say...
Yes, it's going to hurt you.
Because I'm going to try and disappear. I do. So I'll do my reflex save with a plus.
Wait, from what to me as well?
Yeah, all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Reflex. 34.
Regular success, you'll take half, so you take 16 points of fire damage.
Ow.
38.
Regular success, 16 points of fire damage.
You're going to reduce me.
It gets reduced by...
Oh, and I have my reduction from
So how much is your reduction?
Equal to my level.
So
So 3 left.
So 13, so she take 3.
13.
So you take
I would take the 3.
no consequences.
So
for
I
your
took no
action.
damage.
Yep.
That worked.
She's never punished.
1 action think, 1 action bead, 1 action boom, because it ends up being the same economy as a spell, basically, because it's 1 and 1. And I think it's actually technically just 2 actions.
How much damage did the glass take?
So unlike the previous explosion, this one does scorch the room. And books on small stands around this central area get immediately incinerated. Pages start to smolder and
Oh,
burn.
no information.
There's flickering flames across the cases and a large scorch mark on the floor. Clearly the blasts being conjured by whatever this is are somehow warded over whatever's in here. The case cracks. all the panes of glass all crack pretty heavily, but hold.
Okay. Okay, but we've made a dent.
Yes, they definitely took damage.
Excellent.
Okay, first question. This isn't like soundproof. We can still hear them and talk and everything.
Oh.
Have I heard anything from them?
Out here, you have watched an explosion. You jump back in the wall, and around the corner of Prototype, you just hear a thunk as Mario hits the wood.
Oh.
You see Cammy and Reginald yelling at each other, and then Cammy pull out this necklace, pull it, and throw it, and watch the second explosion.
No!
So you're watching a silent movie through the glass.
Okay, seeing all these explosions, Marius is, at first is just kind of like shocked that like he's expecting to have been exploded, and is just like kind of speechless a little bit, thinking he was caught in an explosion but wasn't. So once he kind of gets his bearings a little bit and realizes that there is something in front of him, he does like the mime on the invisible wall. I think I'm gonna kind of shimmy around and try to get back out in a little bit less claustrophobic area.
Up by towards Prototype?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm glad I'm not the only one out here.
You get what your friends I know.
I still have my hand pointing down at where the runes are on the floor, and I'm kind of frozen.
Do you know anything about runes?
The runes are now visibly faintly glowing. They're much more obvious now. They're exactly the base of the wall. It doesn't take any kind of a knowledge check to see that the wall is quite literally projecting out from that crack.
Do you know how to read those? Does it say how to get them out of there?
I have experience with runes from working with Mun.
Okay. Can I, if I've already moved, can I hold the rest of my turn?
You can ready an action, but...
Do I have to have the specific action?
Yeah, that'd be a specific thing you're waiting to do.
In that case, I guess kind of like, I just want to look around and see if there's anything else outside that looks like it would be useful.
Make me a perception check.
Any kind of turn off trap, sign.
This is a lever right there,
Yeah,
I guess
light
47.
switch. 31.
At 31, you're looking around kind of frantically here. You see that since the wall is projecting out of the line of runes on the floor, you now cannot touch those runes anymore. They're functionally, they are the wall. Which means the wall doesn't have no thickness. Unlike a regular wall of force, which is a perfect plane, this is like a half inch in width. It's the width of this kind of route between the tiles. It's very narrow, but you can't get to it anymore. And you look around, and there's no switch or anything. There's no off. They don't lead. The runes on the floor don't lead to anything. They just kind of lead up around the corner, and you can see the lights. It looks like it forms a complete circuit with itself.
Okay. Then I don't think I've even really got like a good action to just kind of use my last action. So I think all I'm gonna do is just kind of like just lightly kind of touch the wall just to at least see what happens if I touch it a little bit. And if anybody is looking at me, I'm going to do the like can't hear you motion and just be like a big shrug, like what do we do?
What? You need to speak louder.
I don't think he can hear us.
It's a thick wall. He's just not speaking.
Slightly
Speak up.
He never does that. He just
Scorched.
Little
Seared. I'm seared on both sides. I would have put me in the oven for slow roasting me. Are we breaking the case? Is it safe to break, or are we picking the lock?
I think you should pick the lock.
I'm trying to break. You can try and pick it. I think we need to get it open.
One person picking the chest, one person smashing the chest. One way it'll get open.
I have more confidence in my ability to break the case than to pick the lock. I'm going to flick my wrist and shift my gauntlet into an Earthbreaker hammer.
the biggest mallet one can make.
It's going to be, I have to spend an action to walk over, so it's just going to be one-handed because I can't two-hand it yet.
One big...
Just don't break the rod.
Huh?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a one-handed weapon, but then you can two-hand it for a D10.
Alright, one big heavy mallet coming down.
Just don't break the rod.
Roll me damage.
Roll you.
You cannot not hit the case.
Yeah. It's raising. I don't have that trait written down, but it has the raising feat.
Probably relevant.
Yeah.
It's ignore 6 hardness.
Well, I'll roll 2 6s and a 1. So 6, 12, 13 plus 8 is 21 bludgeoning damage.
Ignoring 6 hardness in the reinforced glass, 21. As you come in with this big mountain, you bring it down, you shatter through the display case. The glass finally splinters. Less ignore hardness, more bonus damage, so it's functionally ignoring hardness. Oh, it actually, because it doesn't even need to have hardness, it's objects in general. So you shatter this case. Shards of glass pop and fly everywhere, and this rod gets smacked out of its case and just kind of tumbles onto the floor in the corner by all of you. Prototype.
I kind of look down. Would I know anything from working with Mun and having him? He does like a lot of room work.
Right.
Would I know anything about it being, if it's a closed circuit, it's a closed circuit and there's nothing you can do about it?
He tried to do a lot of brood work, but a lot of his major limitation was the fact that he didn't really...
Yeah, I don't know that.
He didn't really understand.
He was an alchemist, not a wizard.
He was a brilliant man, actually.
Was he?
Yes.
All the runes that you know Mun worked with were single plate runes. They were focuses. You haven't seen runes the long way. That's not something that Mun did.
Runes the long way.
Long ruins.
If it is one just giant hollow rune, still with what Marius found, you can't actually get to it, so you couldn't really do much with it without breaking the magical glass anyway.
I would just like to see if it is... I would like, so as she's looking down, she kind of like traces her fingers kind of along the edge at the very bottom. And then her kind of, the empty holes in her, the 3 empty holes, they start glowing and it's got kapoom, and it just, a laser beam goes out and kind of hits the ground right in front of where the thing is to try and chip out a hole.
Okay.
Maximum.
Yeah, for the glass. You're going for
the ground,
the tile in front of you.
Yeah, to see if I can get like a little hole to see if there's anything like underneath, or like if it keeps going down. Normally the rune part of it is like the end of, I don't know, might be the end of magic.
Now it's got a period.
Roll me some damage.
One big period.
Okay, I don't have
Matt's
much.
there.
Huh?
Matt's in the chat.
Oh,
Matt!
That is cool.
Like burgers.
Okay, so I didn't think damage would really matter that much, because I thought I was shooting the floor.
You are shooting the floor. The floor still has hardness. Shh.
And so...
Hold up. Let it cook.
We'll let you know when we have another question.
It's going to be a 6.
You're limited to 6 damage?
Okay, so it's only a ranged thing. It's supposed to be to get people's attention and not really to...
This was the thing that we flavored as the laser pointer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
6 damage to a common person, still
and
pretty...
it leaves a little singe mark on the stone, but it doesn't blast away. It doesn't the tile's fine. It's just slightly sooty now.
And then I look back over at Marius, kind of like a contemplative expression.
What expression?
Did you have a father? And that'll be the end.
About your dad.
All right, so the thing is on the ground. I will go grab it.
One action. Pick up this perfectly black.
And then do I see something odd, something weird in the room, like where this goes, where it goes into, or...
What's the rod do?
Or what does it
rod do?
You have a weird rod.
I know, but I'm trying to...
Maybe a perception check. That's your second action.
Pretty good.
12 plus, what is it, 20 gajillion, 24, that's 20...
36?
36?
36, you quickly look around the room that you have here. It's like a 15-foot square area. It's about the size of the studio. Not that big, a little smaller. Looking quickly for a hole that's the same. It's maybe like as big around, a little less than a quarter.
Yeah.
This perfectly round hole, socket. You don't see one. If there's anywhere obvious this is supposed to go...
Is it back in the panel, in the box itself? It'd be me for me to walk over.
Your perception check is enough to see this whole area because it's such a small little chamber. You don't see anywhere on the plinth or the pedestal either. But you do see a hero point.
Hey!
2085 simply says original.
Thank you. Who was it again?
Mystical elf 2085.
You're the
An elf from the future, yeah. 60 years in the future.
How is the future mystical elf?
Could be better.
Yeah,
All right, so
Wouldn't recommend it.
What's the title on it?
Random things. Go.
That's a great
Wait,
one.
goy. No, it says goy? No, is that an
it
exclamation?
says
That's an
go.
exclamation
It says
point.
go.
Go.
Random things, go.
Go.
Exclamation mark.
I like goy better.
Yeah,
Random
for
things,
you-
goy.
When you're holding it, it could be going.
Yeah.
For you specifically.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out like where would I put this thing? Do I use it? I don't know. Again, Reginald's way smarter than me.
Do you want to...
Is there runes and things on it? Maybe there's something to read?
Perfectly flat black rod.
It feels like it would go somewhere. Am I missing something, guys? What?
What are you doing with it?
Make a reflex save. Everybody in the
All
room.
right.
Reginald contemplates the rod.
Whoa.
Considers
What was
Yours
it?
was on an 8. Yours was on an 8. And mine's on an 8.
I rolled a 12 on the die. That's a total of a 37.
You're good.
Yay.
Ow.
You can take a crit though on
Oh,
reflex
that's
save,
not
that's
gonna
all we're gonna
make
be
it.
doing forever.
Mine's a 30.
I'm
I got
gonna-
hit pretty hard.
I need to save points though for what's worse. I got a 30.
Both fail.
Yeah.
You take 6 less.
Yeah.
These effects are awesome, by the way.
Oh, I totally
I'm a
rolled
big
this.
fan of the effects on the
I've
map.
only taken
56.
Oh
points of
my
electricity
gosh.
damage to Reginald.
I'm
56
very...
points of electricity
50.
damage to Edelman.
50 to you. She takes 6 less.
And immediately the room starts to get cold.
I'm
Yeah.
down to
Okay,
7.
so now it's gonna be cold.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm
You're down to 7.
You need to...
You see a very electrified man.
As he's like, and then there's even more, like my body is kind of like
There's
short-circuiting because I
all the standing up.
have...
It's a good thing all of our
Okay.
healers are in the box. That's fine.
All the healers are in the box.
It's not true! It could have been!
That is so true. We
I
could've
also
done
just
this
hold it out, too, as my...
Edelman!
Okay.
Reginald has
What are you
the
doing
rod.
with?
I don't know!
Doing with it? Give me that! Edelman's not good at sharing.
Okay.
I take it. Give me that! Let me see. Can I use it to get... It's magic. It's a wand.
It's
could be a wand.
shimmering, It's definitely magical. You spend an action
No, I'm
around.
casting. I'm using
casting, trying to focus on it like it's a wand. Nothing happens. One action.
Okay, I study it. I study it.
Identifying an item takes 10 minutes. You can make a really ridiculously cursory glance, but like you're not really gonna get much of anything out of it.
It's magic.
It's magic. It's not a wand. You tried to activate it like a wand. It
Okay,
didn't work.
okay. Describe the room again in detail.
You're in a library.
Yes.
There are a couple of small, slightly smoldering stands with books and display materials in the middle. These 4 pillars sectioning off this bottom right corner and this display case that you and MD have shattered. You took this perfectly smooth 8-inch black cylindrical rod out of it. You know, holding it, swinging around, trying to activate it like a wand. Doesn't feel like nothing comes out of it. Nothing happens. Just inside the closest shelves of books next to you is, well, the end of a perfectly square scorch mark from your own fireball in the floor, which now perfectly demarcates the size of the area. And you can see there is just enough gap to be a walkway around the outside of the room on the left and on the top edge, where they're outside the walls of force.
Okay.
Camera froze. A wild
Oh.
arcadist comes to fix.
I'll wait.
While she ponders.
I'll ponder.
Ponder the rod.
I mean, what I'm thinking about so
I
you're
have an
so
idea.
perceptive now. You can talk to me.
I can?
Yes.
I just touch the pillars. Start with the
Touch
first
the
one.
pillars?
Maybe it just deactivates them.
So many actions you have.
Yeah. I'll touch a pillar. Anything?
Nothing happens.
Okay,
One
I'm
action left.
gonna hit it at the wall then.
As you
Like, see if it
swing out and you just like whack the wall with it, just like tap it.
kind of seeing if it will go through, if
You-
it
yeah, you-
interacts with it at all.
You tap the cylinder into the wall and immediately feel the rod heat up. Roll a d20.
Roll D20.
Okay. That can't
Should
be right.
re-roll a you should re-roll.
So I'm
you should
going to
re-roll.
go ahead. Yes, I will.
It's funny
And
because
I
at the
will
beginning of
actually.
this session, she's like,
And
I
you should thank
cannot
the
use
person.
these
Don't forget
hero
to thank
points
the
for anything in the world.
Yup.
And here we are.
Oh no! I found a cause. All right, thank you. This is from the hype train. Thank you for.
Is that copywritten?
The hype train.
Does that sound
air horn?
Yeah, I don't think that's copywritten. Just want to make sure.
Here we
It
go.
definitely seems like a time when they need to use it because I mean they're not about to
better.
be cooked.
It's
but
better
more
than it
frozen,
was.
but-
Just straight.
Yep. What'd you roll?
11.
Math in his head.
It's literally exactly what you see. You touch it,
He is
it
good.
gets very hot, and you see like a bubble popping. Just in an instant, energy whisk away at her on the square, and immediately the room returns to a normal.
I probably could have figured that out.
I did it.
I mean, you figured that out.
I figured it.
You
I
was
did
good.
it.
You have quite.
So I was about to say, there might be a trap on the ground, and then we just walked over.
Well, you
the
gotta
line.
speak up.
I don't know when. The
This is fine.
prototype was looking at the thing.
Hi guys.
You okay?
Look, electrocuted.
I'm not doing
And
it.
exploded.
That's right. Here, hold on. I would like to lay on hands. Poor
Excellent.
Reginald.
As you
Lean
turn
over and.
to quickly put some of your magic into Reginald, let us take our midstream break here. The funny Hinu box of explosions.
That's so funny.
One of my favorite traps in all of
Before we go,
Sketch
what
House.
was the hardness of the wall? Like, how hard would it be to break it?
20. So it's not impossible, but you have to
Oh.
do 50 damage to it to break it.
Because my next plan was just to start smacking it.
Oh yeah, for
You
sure.
get 50 damage through 20 hardness, so
Yeah.
that'd be pretty tough for you guys, I think.
So I was two-handed, that would be 20 damage.
No, so
Exactly.
even nothing, yeah.
Mm.
So it was,
Yeah.
you need to do 50 damage to the wall through 20 hardness, and the reinforced glass was half of both. 25 health and
Okay.
10 hardness.
Yeah.
But we're going to stand up, stretch our legs. You are freed from the box of repeated comical explosions. And you are free to go get some drinks, grab some snacks, use the bathroom. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. There'll be a timer on screen. We're trying to cram as many of our Twitch mandated ads into the time where we're not here. So if you hang out or if you come back and there's 1 bazillion ads that are playing, it's because we have to play them at some point or Twitch will do it for us. But we'll play it when we're not streaming as much as we can. So don't go too far, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We have escaped the magical box of fun and joy in the Evocation collection here on the second level of Mysterium. After a very quick application of some lay on hands for our extremely burnt and electrified fox friend, the 5 of us are left standing here in a scorched center of a room, a perfect square of almost the totality of the floor, sooted and charred from the fireball Candy had thrown. Sorry.
It's crazy how many times that room exploded
3.
on its own.
Who do we have here next to the library?
Oh, my name is Brett, and I play Reginald Sagacious Fox. Yes.
First name Reginald, second name Sagacious,
My name is
yes.
Sullivan. And I play Adelmay, the itty bitty gnomish witch, with 1 less beat on her necklace. Excuse me.
My name is Colby. And I play
Oh!
Indy, the full-blooded.
You okay?
I found the fly.
No!
Where is it?
It's in her drink.
Well, at least he's gone.
I don't even want to look at it.
Sorry.
I'm gonna.
Don't stir it in.
I don't. No, I'm gonna. Goodbye. Guys, there he goes. He's
least
taking
he-
his bow. I
we
almost
appreciate
drank that.
You
Going to the
sacrifice.
sink upstairs.
At least he's gone.
Thank you,
Going to the sink
Arcadus.
upstairs.
I've done worse.
Colby.
I was very rudely interrupted. I don't know who I am anymore.
You just
It's
told
off
me.
script. My name is Colby. I play MD, the full-blooded rogue orc. Full-blooded rogue orc. Who
Yep.
is singed in the back, and that's about it.
Hello, my name is Bryn. I play Prototype 47, or Automaton, And I was supposed to open this before during stream, but here we go. So that just so the sound doesn't ruin any scenes, we were getting that out of the way. Go for it.
Time to party.
My name is Marcus. I play Marius, the Ghoul Dwarf Ranger.
And he went through puberty in the break.
His ghouls dropped.
I hate it. Help.
You're not looking great, I imagine. This level, what are you, 42 on my other hands?
Yeah,
42.
and then I use the gloves. I'm up to 77.
77 health. A very quick
I was
pair
down
of
to 7.
heals to get Reginald off of death's door there from these explosions that rock the room. The runes lined across the floor still glow as they had when the wall was projected. Still emanating their magic, but the wall they had projected destroyed. They're much more visible now, a little bit lit up. But still underneath the smears of blood and death, most of it's obscured.
Before we go any further, I want to
Oh, thank you. You didn't have to do that. Thank you, Arcadius.
the hammer into like a dagger and like try to scratch out some of the runes. I know rudimentary magic. Like if it's a line, you break some words, it ruins the magic.
Yeah, it's again like scrolls. It's magical runes. It's not like a language or anything, but it's the source of it. Clearly, you try to scrape out here, but much like the glass of the case, it's magically reinforced here. It's not simple tile or filler that you can scrape away.
I switch back to a hammer,
little
two-handed.
more
I'm going to
bring it
step
down.
away out of the area.
You step away from this empty just with a huge smash and shatters some of the tiles in front of him, breaking some of the runes into slime, and you hear a pop as the light goes out around the room.
Oh, it's just
It's
in case.
safe. I don't know. You want to twist the statue head?
Yeah, I'll go up there and twist the statue head.
Remember how to do it?
Yeah, I remember how to do it.
Clunk.
Do I feel anything different or weird or anything from that thing differently like than before? Is it really just twisting? I feel, or we don't aim it somewhere?
It's
because I know the other ones.
You turn around backwards, fully reversed,
And then it just like sets into a thing. Okay, all right.
Is the rod still shimmering after the runes are
There was
broken?
that brief moment of the rod is still shimmering. Yes, still
Okay.
magical. After that brief moment of heat, when it contacted the wall, it has now gone dark again. Well, gone cool. It's once again it's just
Room
rain
temperature.
rod.
I wonder if
Room.
there's-
It's got room temperature.
Be more use for that later on.
I wonder if there's anything else this thing's good for.
If it's a magical item, doesn't hurt to hold on to it. You can have, might be some value in it regardless.
Magical remote.
Or you could just hit stuff with it.
Now that you're not repeatedly exploding, you're a little exposed in this corner, but it can probably be identified later. For now, if you're feeling that rough. Conveniently, around the corner, even closer than the last, you see a third statue at the northern terminus of the hall where you first arrived, in between two of the larger libraries.
I mean, if we sat here for 10 minutes, you could identify it and I could get rid of my stupefied.
If we want to take a second, I can take a look at this. If you need to patch yourself up more, if we need to keep going.
Sort of. I think I could control this a little bit if I just had some time to think.
If we're going to try and do a quick one, just 10 minutes, I'm going to need you to actually roll a medicine check.
If
What would it be, like a DC?
Well, it's whatever you want to do. The medicine check is that you go for your master now. You go for the 20 or the 30. It's up to you.
It's the
Because it's part of that removes your stupefied.
Why?
I think I don't have to go for the higher one. I think. Oh no, I think it's a 21.
Drain has to go for the higher one.
Yeah. No, then I automatically pass. I mean, my medicine is 24.
You could roll one.
You could roll.
I could roll a 1. I rolled a 6.
Okay, not a 1. So not only are you going to get 2d8s plus whatever you do, Investigator Man, health back, and you can also give some of that to Adelmay and MD. Taking 10 minutes just to center yourself, just to kind of get used to this new feeling. You find you don't even really need by the end of this time to treat it. It's settled. That stupefied goes away. Adelmay, what's your... I'll give you occultism. This is just identifying a magic item, so we can occultify it.
All right. Well, my occultism is a 27.
It's a big number.
Yeah.
Oh, easily succeeds. Big easily succeeds. All right, fair enough. This that you have here is, I think Colby made the joke earlier. It is kind of a rod of dispel magic. It's not called that, but this is the material and the enchantment over it, somewhat quizzically antithetical to magic. It's discharged right now. You're not sure how long it will be before its power is available, but as you're kind of looking over, you can see it's welling up some kind of energy. It doesn't look like it's going to take it a whole day.
Okay.
But it is going to take it on the scale of hours rather than minutes.
Ew.
But it added bonus, it can be activated. It's not exactly like a wand, because it's kind of the opposite of a wand. It's not a wand of dispel magic. It is a rod with like pure anti-evocation, like anti-lay energy in it. You trigger it completely differently. But you don't have to touch it to things. It can expel a beam up to 30 feet to do its effect. And you would know that it is a 6th level counteract that rolls at plus 23. So it was a 34 that you got with your 11.
Oh, wow.
Which was exactly
If it
the
takes,
DC to
and
dispel
if
it.
it shoots in the beam, then I can take my scope and attach it to that. And we can...
While they're taking their time
That's really
to
funny.
patch up wounds and identify, I want to pad ahead a little bit, switch to sneaking ahead.
Okay.
Not too far ahead, at least to the next corner on the other side of the hall.
Marius was going to do the same, but he was going to be almost superstitiously still going around the runes on the floor, even if
That's
they were
fair.
broken.
You're not going to go in the center. You're not getting
It's
stuck
like,
in the
no,
fun box.
No more touching the lines.
You edge around the outside. MD simply walks through. The pair of you, you both sneaking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Switch to sneaking as you move your way out into the northern hall here.
We're in trap
You can-
line now. He's extremely looking for traps.
So can you do several activities at once? Because the downside of sneaking is if you're focused on staying hidden, you're not seeking.
Okay, then I'm gonna be I'll let him sneak ahead, and I'll be several steps behind. Even that
The same
he's activating the
formation.
traps, but I'm still gonna be looking for traps.
Hey, yeah, that. Like it's
You found it. Good job.
two of you move into this northern area, a smaller collection with another one of these statues next to it, and look ahead into the northeastern section. You're starting to get a better feel for the lay of this area now. It seems like it is largely just a grid. And here, the northeast corner, this terminus is, you can see ahead into another large library, another collection. This one looking like it's much older, and at first, from what you can see from a distance, the book's far less uniform than they were in the previous two collections you passed through. Notably, inside the area looking from the hall here, you don't see a statue, but the collection in this room seems far more eclectic than the previous two. You make your way back to the group, right about as Adelme and Reginald are finishing up.
Feel a little more controlled.
10 minutes.
I do actually also have to, at some point, this is probably a good time for me anyways, to kind of refocus some of the energy that she uses. Not that she's particularly good at controlling it, but it's been a little unstable recently.
Fair enough.
Due to various reasons. And so she is going to try and it's a little bit similar to like chakra or something, and try and like redirect the flow of energy that goes through the stonework in her.
Recenter the robot.
Yes.
So about the time that MD and Marius return, you all finished up your various tasks. Your brief healing, your identification of this strange little rod, and your realigning your chakras.
She's
it.
doing yoga.
Yep.
Robo yoga.
Yeah.
Roga.
Roga.
Sounds like a brand of beans.
It does kind of, yeah.
Thinking about those
Goya.
beans.
Oh, Roga beans.
Goya. That's a brand.
It
They
is a
sell
brand.
beans.
All right.
Well, this has been fun, guys.
Yeah.
Good bit. Anyway.
I like how all of the like big blood splatter on the floor. There is one discernible handprint
Yeah.
on a tile.
Yeah, you made it very far. So there's another collection of books further down. Do you see anything in the room?
Give me a perception check. You didn't get super close. You guys are kind of distance speaking. So it's going to be a little harder.
Natural 20.
Okay, you're great.
Okay, never mind.
Never mind.
You said words? What do they mean?
You were kind of back, probably. You two probably got about as far as Arcade says you turn the map right now, because no one's really left the education collection yet as you come back. And from there, as you were looking in, you didn't really. You don't know how you noticed it. You didn't see it actively. You can't. It's too obscure. You almost feel that something is there. It's not like you tremor sense or anything. You just know it. And you don't really know how. Maybe it's a subconscious trigger. Maybe it's something so minute that you can't even actively tell what it is. But amongst all of the blood and death, amongst all of the fallen guards, back in the corner of that collection, something is growing. It's in the wall. It's behind the bookshelf. It's in the stone. And it's small. But you get the feeling that it's powerful.
As we're going up, I think Mars kind of gets that like hair standing up on the back of his neck and kind of like slows down MD. And it's just like I don't know what it is, but something feels wrong about the corner back there. Like,
so does it? From what we see, we can't see. I can just assume that this loops back down and connects to another hallway.
I was thinking, well, yeah, you hadn't been to that side.
Yeah.
It was Reginald and Prototype that had been. So when you come back and confer with your party, you can kind of put your heads together. And this is sort of just a big
circle.
You see it, three hallways.
So
they just don't connect in the bottom left. They have two separate individual rooms.
The question is, do we risk going through that room or risk the ghost in the middle of all the hallways?
We know there's at least we already know what we get with one way.
Yeah.
If Cammy's coming up, and I assume you've kind of more made it known what you're able to see with your eye implant, then like I would ask if you see anything weird about that corner without getting too closely.
Okay.
Draw a line in the blood, don't cross it.
Your view all come up near this statue.
I turned the head.
Third one, I was going to say yet unturned is close.
As they're walking up,
sets
click.
into place. Adelme peeks up and kind of looks into the room. You do see something, but it's not in the corner. It's against the far eastern wall. There is a small display that almost looks more like a shrine than the collections of the scholarly displays elsewhere throughout the Mysterium. It's two daggers with slightly curved blades, like kukris, but not quite kukris. Their blades pointed in opposite directions, set together around a central stone, both of the blades shimmering with magic. One of them, a metal so dark it's almost just jet black. The other looking like it's silver.
Sorry, which corner did you say I was getting that feeling from?
That would be like the furthest top right corner of the room, the most northeastern corner.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just like halfway down that eastern wall. She sees those two daggers shimmering.
There's the shrine over there. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I can't really place it. It just feels like there's something powerful in that corner, or maybe behind it. But
is this like
it just feels
like a ghoul kind of feeling, or like something different?
I think so. There's something else. I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me. It's that feeling like you're being watched, but not being watched. It just feels like there's.
Yeah.
I can tell that.
Yeah.
Something's odd there.
I mean, I don't see one of the angels, so I guess we don't have to go. But those daggers are magical.
We might just want
Is
to.
it just are the daggers just symbols, or are they like actual daggers?
Actual daggers in the display.
if we're going near, like in this room, we should at least just kind of be cautious and maybe avoid the corner.
I can try to get if you won't. I'm being a little greedy. I like weapons.
She wants the things.
I want to go take a look. If you guys sit here, it's probably safer for one of us just to go in the room and everyone else be ready to jump in if needed. That way, if there's some sort of blast or something jumps out and hits everything, like only one of us would get hit.
That's fair.
And I can try to sneak over to it.
How are you on? You feel good about that?
I never feel good about sneaking, but I'm always trying.
Well, I mean, how damaged are you to be able to do that?
I'm fine. I feel great.
You
Never
always
better.
say that.
I'm still sneaking.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take like a longer path around.
Not going to the center of the
Not going directly.
in case of box.
Yeah.
So you sort of wind your way down the wall along the shelves to the other side here, approaching this display point where you can see the hallway does extend down, looking like it connects that central nexus where you came down, making your way out towards this display on the far wall. As you come in, you start to move. You've been in the Mysterium not for an incredible amount of time, but you've already dealt with a lot. Hounds of Tindalos, the Spectre, the Strange Blob, not to mention everything that happened with Mon when you were whisked away to the future. They somewhat suddenly it really all starts to weigh on you. Then fatigue starts to set in. What is really a journey of a couple dozen feet feels like a slog. And what's a mere moment feels like it's stretched out to seconds, minutes. You start to feel sick. This all happens in almost an instant. And what is a greatly appropriate one for this, figure in yellow appears in the edge of your vision. My friends, it's been some time since I saw you last. Y'all having a good time? A whoa from a sane 221. As the rest of the group sees MD move around, kind of stutter and start to slow, you all feel it too. It's a great plan. Shame about the wall. You feel your eyes drawn into the room. It seems to expand. The walls feeling like they're hundreds of feet away. This space suddenly massive. Fetid growths emerging from between the books. Yellow fungus, mold, creeping out across the faces of the angels carved into the walls. You find yourself no longer even in a library, but within a mass pulsing and writhing fungal blue of yellow fetid rot. You all hear a voice in your heads, barely more than a whisper. A single name. Zamindor. Everybody make me a will save.
Hey, I didn't roll. Terrible. I'll start. I rolled a 19 on the die for a 39 total.
Okay.
You rolled a natural 20.
Dang!
A fitting is appropriate.
He's the man
He's
for
used
it.
to this.
Yeah.
This isn't new to you.
18 for 42.
42.
on dice
34.
34.
What happened to the calculator that was right here? It's gone.
That's crazy.
Robbery. Bonus
Robbery.
I rogued it earlier.
Rogued it.
Jeez Louise. That was a will save, is what that was?
Yes.
Okay. That is a 35.
34, 35. Adelaide and Prototype. All five of you, feel a wave of nausea and fatigue. Adelaide and Prototype feels like a little bit different. So you look around, you feel it starts as an itch and starts to turn into a stinging burn. As you look down and see the crevices between your fingers, the joint in your elbow, you can feel it behind your ears. Your skin crack, and small little button-capped mushrooms start to grow out. Thin, hair-like, wispy strands of fungus winding their way out across your skin. It stings, burns. It's not enough that it's not doing lethal damage to you. It's just unbelievably uncomfortable. You feel dry, ragged. Prototype, you already have these growths around you, but the stone near them, these joints where the mushrooms are emerging, starts to soften. It starts to become porous and brown, spongy. And in an instant, it's all over. The three of you, the Major says, feel a little sick, and Seal, you see Prototype and Adelmay react. What do they see you two do?
That's gross.
How do you react?
Oh.
What do you do?
As soon as I see like the little mushrooms kind of coming up again, I would try like before, like with a land, I'd be trying to like sort of like pick at them or flick them out or like brush them off if I feel them behind my
it's
ears.
like pulling a hangnail.
Ugh.
It starts to bleed as you extract them.
Oh my gosh, I need a bandage or something. Holy.
Prototype?
And you see Prototype kind of pick up her hand as well, looking over at Adelmay. Will kind of actually look up, and I don't know exactly how you would tell, but she goes a little bit into a trance. So similar to if, this has happened before, to where she's trying to connect into the dreamlands. So this is a similar kind of trance to that, and she gets into a sleepwalker trance, daydream trance. Because it's so similar, the magic before that took her to the dreamlands feels so similar to her that it actually transfers her into this daydream-like trance where her body is actually, it's a little bit, it's not the stone, but it's a little bit of like that wavy effect that goes around her when she's overcharging. It's kind of similar to that, but you just feel that she's a little bit flickery in and out, similar to that when she transports to the dream world.
Thank you to the raid, E20, but it's word appreciated. Welcome in, everybody.
Thank you. Hello.
Playing some strange Aeons,
Great
having some
moment.
wonderful things happen.
Yes.
The rest of you all feel this fatigue. You all stumble a little. You feel this nausea pull at you. But you see these effects. You see Prototype kind of freeze and lock up, and form start to waver. You see Adelmay start to frantically pull at her hands.
We don't see like the mushrooms growing, do we?
Yeah, she was
You
picking
sure
at him.
do.
Oh, we do. Okay.
That's
Oh gosh.
If they're,
You
if
didn't
they're,
make it stop.
if they're bleeding, just don't. I don't know.
No,
how
but
to-
they're still growing.
I
Immediately-
just leave it.
No.
I wouldn't. We'll fix it.
Oh
Just
my gosh.
As it had started, Marius would have probably gotten so worried about what was in the corner, he probably would have kind of jumped back and attempted to pull everybody back a little bit, but probably wouldn't have made it that far just because there's a group of people here. But he definitely would have wanted to kind of like jump back as soon as any of this happened, just out of fear that we had set off some kind of
is
trap.
this poison? Is that what this is?
Give me a medicine check.
It's a lot.
Take me.
I didn't even. No, medicine. It's a
Levitate?
it's 27. It's a 30. It's a 38.
38. It doesn't appear to be a poison, and they're not pushing out any further. They're not taking over her.
Yeah.
In fact, now as a few moments pass, you start to pull them away while it still hurts and stings and you bleed. They're not rapidly replacing themselves. But the effect is much deeper than it first appears. This is coming from inside her. The quick glance tells you it's a lot worse than it looks on the surface. But if you want to stop and take a couple of minutes to look her over, I'll keep that roll and give you a little more.
Before we keep going, the guy, was he just talking to you? Did we hear all that too?
I think everybody heard.
Everybody
Everyone heard something.
And how's MB looking? Is he like?
He looks fine. He looks the same as you. Like,
Yeah.
you stumbled a bit, you feel sick, but it's mostly gone now. You're all right.
Just like as just for me, I'm facing forward. What kind of feedback do I get from Cammy during all this? Like, what kind of I want not to be super meta-y, but like status-y, like her
You
current
feel,
status.
Okay, so what does it give you? You know her status?
I know her
You
status.
know if she's suffering from any conditions?
I can give you
Any diseases?
Emotions?
Guardian ages as worded. As long as you're both on the same plane of existence, both of you are always aware of each other's relative direction and state of being, including any conditions. Including any conditions.
You feel a combination of two really weird things. Because Adelmaid very clearly is only exhibiting one of them. Fear. Obviously. Something's happening, she's afraid. You can feel that little stings of pain as she picks the mushrooms they push through her skin. But there is a second emotion that you feel coming down this connection that you don't see her displaying at all. Elation.
Wait, you said elation? Brett's not smart, remember? What does that word mean?
Joy.
I'm going to stop what I'm doing and make a direct line
There's
to
probably like 3 people that
Cammy.
didn't know that either.
Pick her up and move all the way back to the
Whoa,
evocation.
wait.
I'm just going
You
to
just pick her up, take her away from Reginald, and carry her back to the
Wait,
evocation.
no, I need him to look at my
Just
hand.
Come with me, as far away from this room as possible.
And Rokusan, something, remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. Anyway, Adelmaid hero point. Also, Fox gets one.
Oh! It's very nice. Blessed life.
Stretch fate to go with my transfer fate.
So much fate. You're so faded right now.
I'm so faded. Thank you.
Get back to the evocation room. Just down
And
the hall.
I'm going to pretty much sit down. I'm going to sit down on the ground, like holding her, like talking to her. Like, I don't know what's going on, but like we need to figure this out. There's something else inside of you right now.
I need Reginald. I need a doctor. It's
Compliment taken. Moving on.
I assume Reginald's running with me.
Yeah, I'm going with him for sure, because I was already
The
saying.
joy that you feel coming through this connection is one of fulfillment, one of a long-awaited goal finally being achieved, like that sense of satisfaction, that deep internal reward. Now, this is just what he's feeling in the lake. You know, you don't feel that, I imagine.
No.
At all.
She's feeling elation. She's elated right now.
No, I'm not. You need to check this out.
It's all just. Yeah, I got it. Okay.
It's almost like decadent. It's so heavy.
That's something to keep note of, but we need to fix this.
Can you sit down and go over this? Trying to figure out how far, like what this infection is, what its source is, how deeply rooted it is inside her. With that 30 on your medicine check, if you sit down here and try to settle it lay down, it's deep. It's not a
Like the
traditional-
mushrooms are deep?
It's not a traditional infection that's in her. It's almost more accurate to say it's coming from her. It's something that has been
Like she's like a vessel, like she was something
released
inside. It
or open.
Does this have any of that connection to like whenever I've been in the timey-wimey stuff and there's been like coming from him, there's been like the weave between like them? I don't know, man. I'm trying to paint the picture.
You'd have to be in that
What you
time
can tell is that even her skin away from wherever these growths are manifesting, she's very dry. This is like the opposite of when you get sick and you get in a sweat. She is dry, like her skin's like parchment. And beyond that, she too has a weird kind of spongy elasticity to it that's starting to spread across her body.
Don't take this any offense.
Stop.
We'll fix it, but it is gross.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, just,
You need to fix it.
just give me.
You need to fix it
I'm
now.
I'm working on it.
Adelmaid and Prototype, you now have the plant subtype.
This is everything I wanted in my life.
No.
This is a lesson.
What?
What are we Okay, sorry.
I
That
don't
is
know
all.
if
Is
this
it
is a good
getting
thing.
worse? What does that mean, by the way?
You're now a tree.
You are. There are some like the plant subtype is something that like a leshy would have. You are. It's so thoroughly set into you. You are like a plant.
I was gonna joke that we needed to get like
It's a subtype like humanoid or gnome.
like
You also
is it-
have plant.
Do we need to water our gnome now?
I think we need to water.
It's not funny!
Based off of what I was noticing,
Reginald.
this goes way deeper.
Is
than
it
this.
is it a disease or is it a curse?
With your medicine check,
I don't
you
know.
would know that it's not a disease or a plague.
And it's not. But is it a curse?
Medicine would tell you that.
Can I
I
make
can-
a religion check for curses?
Sure.
That's all I got.
Some kind of cursory glance.
I rolled a 2. I rolled 2
It's kind
on
of hard to
the-
identify. the
Yeah,
numbers.
it is.
How does it feel for like prototype as she is used to growing mushrooms?
Yeah, well, the stone around the mushrooms has itself started to become a little pliable and spongy. You're a little soft.
Well, here's the thing.
A lot of it is brown around those main sites where the mushrooms grow. You also obviously also have the plant subtype.
Can
but
I? Oh, sorry.
How that feels, I guess, is up to you. You've already got mushrooms growing out of you.
Is it getting worse?
No.
It's not getting worse.
It seems it is done what it's going to do, at least for now.
Can-
I can possibly help figuring out if it is a curse. I have a thing. I have the feat break curse.
That takes 8 hours.
Well, yeah, but I think hold on. Attempt to counteract the curse using a cultivated religion check, and half your level rounded down to the counteract. Break curse only takes 10 minutes of prayer.
If you're legendary in occult, I have it too.
Well, I am
Master.
not.
They're
I'm
both
a master.
masters. Like a master and a master equals.
A tremor shakes the floor.
Right.
Okay.
Might just need to
Can-
move on.
You
Oh
need
my
water
gosh!
and keep going.
I need to.
Don't pick at it.
It's fine. We can brush it later and paint it. You can make it look nice.
That's.
I'm sorry. What are you? What are you?
Can I make an Arcana check on it? I haven't made any checks.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can feel it, and you really just feel dry is the main manifestation. Now the pain has passed of this growing. You got a little bit of blood seeping out where you picked at the mushrooms, but you mostly just feel dry. Like you just walked outside in blistering summer heat. Dry to the point where your skin almost feels warm. It's so dry. You know that feeling? We live in Florida, so you might not. It can be dry outside.
Okay.
And it's like your skin's like sandpaper.
You see a kind of excited look going over prototype, just in the
Vibrating.
general feel of prototype. And she actually, the only way she's ever felt things in general normally is when it's painful, where the mushroom's getting sliced or diced or burnt or electrocuted or exploded or all of these things. Sauteed in general ways, but it's only from the mushrooms. And so this is an entirely new feeling for prototype, which is actually very exciting. So this is a dryness, which is very new.
Prototype's never felt dry.
I've never felt dry before. Also, never, like the whole having feelings through the body kind of thing is new and exciting, and it's growing, which I very excited about.
And as you prototype excited about this, you've no idea why. What you're looking at, the prototype's visibly excited. You see once and then twice blue flares shimmer across her crystal. Prototype doesn't even notice.
I require water. And I go through my little bag that has all of the Explorer travel pack, and I'm like, rope, pickaxe, water.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I'm gonna try and I am first I go and I'm like hat, and I just like pour it on my hip and like pour it on my shoulder and see if that works because I don't have a
I remember
mouth.
talking about how you got ready to create water because it never came up.
Yeah.
That's fine. Anyway, so You got a water skin. Does anyone else have water skin? I assume you might all have one, but you don't know how long you're going to be in the Mysterium.
I kind of feel like that's been like a hand waved. Like, yeah, I definitely have that all the time.
I'm assuming you all have at least one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably just
I have
one.
serums, all different kinds of serums.
There are a
that
lot of
liquid.
potions, which
Yeah.
are water
Potions are
based.
wet.
They're wet. They're wet.
Does it work
But,
to just-
but I will also do no cause for alarm on you, just to at least reduce your panic.
Blood is wet.
Pouring the water on the parts of you that are becoming spongy does provide like an almost immediate relief, like putting aloe vera on a sunburn. It instantly feels a lot more comfortable.
I have also experienced relief. This is exciting.
Okay.
Would you like some water?
Yeah.
Would you like it poured on you or to drink?
I don't know.
Half and half. Do half and half.
Okay, half
And then you
and
let
half.
us know.
Okay.
And I got more water if you need more.
Okay.
Shink.
If you open your mouth, Edelman, you realize the entire inside of your mouth is bone dry. You have no saliva in there at all. And just
Closer than a dead
a
body.
sip of water is better than any latent pest addiction you've ever had.
Oh, gosh. Oh, it feels a lot better.
This is fantastic. Do we have more? Should I go to that room again?
No.
Was there more in that room?
We
No.
probably need to move along anyway.
Also, you could roll around on the floor and get the blood all over you.
It's
That
all-
actually could.
It's dried blood.
Some of it.
Oh
I'm just gonna.
Here, take the rest of my water as well.
I'm pretty sure
Do what you want with
that
it.
thing is taking hold of them.
Yeah.
It's just surprising that it's not advancing in you being, his chosen or whatever.
Yeah.
Is it gonna keep going?
I hope not.
I hope so.
At that, Reginald, everything stops. The color drops out of the world.
I'm like mad because I know. I'm like, I knew it was you.
You see your party, Prototype excited. I hope so. Edelman, I hope not. Next to each other, these opposing emotions. And as to the side of your view, you see that blue little eyeball creature again.
That's annoying.
Stride in. Its core of its body, the celestial sphere of star matter, looking at you as it walks over towards the pair of them. You see again this massive growth, this infestation, this Marius himself fully replaced by this cocoon of tendrils and fungus. The strands that connect all of the party changed. The two linking out to Edelme and to the Prototype are now full tentacles, writhing out from this cocoon of Marius, wrapped visibly around them as the same stain you used to see in Marius, fully grown in both of them.
What does it mean? Can I roll like an intelligence or something to kind of help figure that out? I'm like, is he infecting them? Is it somebody infected? Is there some? I'm just trying to figure out. Like, is it a? Also, I was like, actually, I just asked this thing. Fix this. How do I fix this?
It comes over to you, slowly, looks up at you, looks back at them, reaches down with a little hand, pulls your cane sword off of your belt, and holds it up.
I'm not gonna kill them. It's the stupidest thing you've ever done. I consider you someone intelligent. That's dumb. Also, give me that back.
You take the cane sword back. It turns and gestures. And you see this cocoon of Marius, another tendril, reach out towards MD. You see Edelme and Prototype turn into cocoons. You see your view of this area just expand. The guards huddle in the southern area. Tendrils whip out towards all of them as this infection spreads. You see all of Kathir, this now looking like it growth itself, this fungus radiating out from the Mysterium, ripping through the population, all emanating out from the central point of Marius, and then you zoom back into the room here. And it's just gestures with both hands at the cane sword and looks back at Marius.
I can't kill them.
And everything comes back.
I want to imagine you're just whispering, I can't kill them.
Well,
What'd you
I,
Well, is it?
I just had a vision.
What? What?
Yeah, I saw one of those purpley, timey-wimey things. Aeons, I think that's what they were called. I don't know, they're strange. He said it! Yeah, no, you guys are all connected. Am I infected? I think at one point I got infected by it, right?
You still have, you and MD still have the thin,
Yeah.
like just the wisps connecting.
It's just coming from Marius. It's just so much worse than you two now. You guys are all just getting almost like you're all connected in the visions that I see. And it's telling me to kill Marius, and now I think before it's telling me to kill Marius, now it's telling me to kill both of you. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. It's just saying that's what the solution is, and I'm not going to do that.
I think this is the gear talking.
It's not the gear talking. No, I've had this before. We need to get out of here, and we have to find another way.
I mean, we know Marius is the source.
Yes.
We know he is the chosen, or whatever they called you before.
And I mean,
the reason is we kill you, it stops. Not that I want to kill you, but if it gets too bad, that might be my only option.
Well, now it's
Can't you
actually...
just stop it?
I'm not in control of it. It was, what just happened just now was...
It's not him.
Sure
It's
You're the one that sensed it.
It's not his fault. It's the same even for the both of you. It's not even just kill him. Now it's kill you three.
And I mean, not necessarily that I'm trying to defend myself. You don't know if killing me might, release it.
That's true. I don't know. Because the thing doesn't speak. It just gives me little hand signals. It's dumb.
I am confused. What?
Whatever just happened, it seems like it was probably coming from the back area of that room. And I feel like we either need to go that way and
we need to keep moving
figure
forward.
it out, or completely avoid that area.
I'm not going back in there.
Well, we still need to find the other statue, so we could
We
at
do.
least go around the other way. And I saw a little hallway back there. That might be where we need to go.
Are we connected?
Yes. At least somewhat. In some way. But we're actually all connected. Even we have... Me and MD even have strands of it, just not as powerful.
So why don't you need to...
So
I don't know.
kill
Maybe it would tell me to kill you guys and probably tell it to kill myself. I actually don't know why it doesn't kill me. I don't know.
At this point, I think we either need to decide if we're going to go through that room or if we're going to take the risk with the Spectre area.
I'm not going back in there.
I'm going to go...
Let's split up, gang.
Let's split up, gang.
We need to turn the heads of each one of these statues and keep going, and hopefully another solution presents itself besides murdering you all.
MD, while you were coming through the room, in addition to the hallway that connects down to the south, you saw Marius briefly mentioned there's an offshoot on the southern end of that third collection, a narrow 5-foot wide hallway that leads off somewhere else. You've seen another similar offshoot at the very southern end of the area, where you heard the shattering stone destruction around the corner.
Well, I'm gonna go back to that room.
You just go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't go back in! Don't go back in!
I'll be fine.
And you and Prototype head back into this northeast area.
Marius is going to be following
Did
at
we
about
turn
the same distance.
Did we turn the head of that statue?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
The group you head into the room.
Not the group of us.
Why aren't you going?
No, I'm not going. Okay.
Reginald and Adelme left back.
I'm trying to go. Why don't you want to go?
That's where it got me. I'm not going back in there.
You've already... Yeah, but it's already got you.
We don't know that. We don't know if it's going to get worse.
You're
fine.
heading off.
I'm not going. You can go if you want to. I'm not going.
You can't be alone here.
I'm not going to go.
So that's okay. Then me and you will split up and go the other way. Then we can't just stay here. We'll go the other way. Fine. Is that what you want? Then they're going to be all on their own.
While you two
Are
are
you
having
going
a
to survive?
conversation,
Are
the
you
three
going
of
to survive by yourself?
The three of the rest of you walk into the room. Where are you headed? Because you got 3 possible points of interest here between the corner, the daggers, and the small hallway. Where are you 3 going?
I'm going to the daggers.
You walk straight up to these 2 daggers. You can see the hilts of these, and the pommels rather, carved with faces of angels, much like the ones all around the room. One smiling on the silver dagger and one angry on the black dagger. The whole display, again, looking more like a shrine than anything else. They're just laid there. They're under no glass or anything. They're just out in the open. You could just grab them. The stone in between them is set into the back of the board they're hung on. It's a stone that is similarly split, white on one side, black on the other, but each facing the opposite dagger.
I'm just making an assumption here, as MD. I put away my shield, and then I do a quick prayer to Nephis. That's what I'm assuming this is. This is an assumption. And then I'm gonna think, maybe they can help me. He is the god of knowledge. I don't know. I just grab him. And I just look at him and kind of focus on him for a little bit.
They're clearly magical. I mean, they look well crafted, perfectly sharp and honed. They certainly look like they've never seen battle. You don't obviously immediately know what they did. But even just holding them, you get an odd sense of opposites. Just energy that it feels in their hand. What are the other 2 of you? Do you come in the room after I see him head over, do his quick prayer? What are you doing?
Mars would have waited kind of where he was originally when the flash of Dominor originally came through, to at least make sure nothing happens as MD grabs those. Once he's kind of gotten them and it seems like nothing's going to happen, he'd probably stand back a little, and against better judgment is going to move into the corner.
I don't think Prototype's having this much deliberation. What are you doing?
He's like, I stand back a little bit as I'm directly behind him. Just following him. I'm just following along behind him. I look over. I will look as he's walking, and I'm walking. I'm just walking like I could be glued to him, basically.
To MD or to Marius?
Marius.
Okay. So you're waiting outside the room too, like he does?
Yeah, I'm glued to Marius. Marius is my new homie right now. Okay. As I'm walking behind Marius,
how do you create a connection?
I didn't create the connection. I don't know what is happening.
But I was told we are connected through you.
Yeah. It's whatever this, you've heard it now, Zombindor thing is. I don't know what it is. I don't know how it got in me, but they said it's some kind of, seed of sorts that's growing.
This is excellent.
It's not my choice. I didn't make this happen.
Back in the evocation room.
All right, well, no, it's fine. We'll keep going this way, but you're connected, MD, so we know if something happens.
Okay.
Let's keep going. We'll keep going straight down.
But that's where the...
Wait, where do you want to go? Just
I don't know. I don't know. I just don't want to go back in that room.
Okay, so we got to keep moving.
Okay, fine.
Okay, we keep moving.
So the 2 of you are heading back to the center.
Yeah, that's where we're going, back to the center.
We're gonna loop around the corner. Meet him on the other side.
I have this old child with me that won't go with the party.
I'm
so
sick.
Stubborn.
Pass through.
I'm sick. I have a fever.
And you said you're older than me.
You 2 pass through where the stairs had once come down, the center of this intersection, going around to the eastern end where Reginald had retreated originally when the Spectre appeared. You are on high alert.
I'm on high alert.
Tense, waiting for any sign of this creature, this spirit. You come around to the corner right as MD comes into the room, creeping towards the corner, and MD steps back with these 2 daggers from the shrine. all 5 of you kind of in this same general area now, but you two a good ways back down the hall.
Do we peek around the corner yet?
Do you want to be getting that close? Because I don't think anyone wants to get that close.
I'm not gonna get close, but I am peeking around the corner.
Okay.
We're meeting them on the other side.
Yeah, I'll stay back. You can put me back one.
I'm kind of
Right
looking
next
at.
to- Yeah,
right.
peeking
You get
on.
you got the daggers?
Yeah, Marius, where was that growth at?
Just, I don't know. I don't think Marius would even really speak too much. He's kind of like walking toward just the general area.
Just
he got the vibe
feel
from. Yeah.
where it is, but it's nowhere you can see. You pull out a few of the books, move aside this little ornate hourglass, and behind it, not even a foot across, on the wall, is a small growth, a sheet of overlapping little layers of spongy fungus. It almost looks like netting. There's a couple little button cap yellow paws sticking out around the edges, but it's just a patch of overgrown mold.
Marius would not really jump back, but just be kind of take a step back as he realizes that this is definitely what, like the source of what just happened to Prototype and Abelman.
Abelman.
Camp.
She's not here.
Yeah.
Just call her Abelman.
But this is. I would at least let MD know that like, oh, this is definitely it. It has like the same mushrooms, and it seems potentially dangerous because this is definitely where that all came from.
Gonna turn back around since I know where Cammy is.
See, they're trying to figure things out. They have me over here.
Okay. You could go if you want. I'm not forcing you to stay here.
I know you're not forcing me to stay here, but what are you going to die on us?
No, I'm
What if that
fine.
giant ray thing was? What if that thing was
Oh,
going to come
MD,
out?
welcome back. Hey.
Where's that on the bead of the explosion fires? Your necklace.
Why?
I'm about to burn some mushrooms down there.
Oh, okay.
I don't have this myself. Let's take it, walk back down. You might want to take a step back.
I'll take a step back. I'm gonna hunt prey on the thing.
Okay.
I'm a hunt prey on that thing.
I have the alchemist fire things too.
Hey! Hey! In the shadows!
MD, as you walk by this small little hallway here, you're kind of focused on Adolin. As you come back up and throw a glance down, you can see this hall's pretty narrow. It goes back maybe 30 feet, looking like a service passage in a regular building, but there's no doors or anything on the side. You can just see at the end of it the black and white outline of a statue with a metallic head. It's just a 40-foot straight hallway with a statue at the end, 5 feet wide.
Scream's trapped. But walk back over to the pad. I'm not even gonna toss it. Just walk back over, take off a medium-sized bead, and just can't miss it if it's right there in front of me.
And everyone else got clear, so you make a reflex save. You said meet the other medium-sized bead?
Yeah. A total of a 34.
Success is a critical success. So this blasts, and you just place it exactly in here. You just a slight movement around the shelf, and this fire just surges past you. What would be 12d6 for a medium bead.
My last medium bead.
Now you have a large and
How many do you
small.
need?
I have 5.
Oh, there's another 5. And then, 6 and are right here.
I want to roll a bunch of dice. And I'm not a spellcaster. I told you not a spellcaster, and I'm misrolling all the dice.
Not a spellcaster. Here's all your dice. Here's the dice you ordered, sir.
6, 10, 16, 20, 26, 36, 46.
46.
46.
I want to say the immovable patch of mold doesn't get a reflex save. It just takes 46 points to fire damage.
You might even say they critically fail at
Which
the reflex
is
saves that there
quite
was.
Weak to, actually. This blast of fire
Thank you.
surges through the room, and after this flash, filling almost the whole of the library here, at least this corner, incinerates the pages of the books nearest to it, chars the covers of many of the rest. The patch of mold itself is almost entirely gone. You can see underneath it there was a slight crack in the stone, a couple inches wide, with just in its very back a couple little embers still burning, a bit of yellow moss, and a single small inch-long wispy tendril just undulating in an invisible breeze.
Take a small bead and shove it into the crack as hard as I can.
My beads!
I'm the one that got it first.
Take a reflex save.
A 13 on the die. Or 30.
You're fine. A second wave of fire sears through the room.
How many fireballs does it take?
And as it passes, you look back and see this crack scoured clean by fire.
I don't feel any better. That didn't make me feel any better. Like, y'all all hear me say that out loud. Like, whatever. Let's go. And walk back towards the hall with the statue in it. I'm going to switch my exploration activity to actually seeking now.
Fair enough.
I'm going to meet him there. And that hallway, you're going to that skinny hallway?
Yeah.
I'll meet you there.
I imagine the group of you would probably come down there. The corner having been dealt with here and daggers collected. It may not come in quite that close, but looking around a different corner from a distance.
Does that sense of power kind of dissipate from the corner? If I could, like, still...
Yes. You look down his hallway. Again, just... I guess it's not 40 feet, it's more like 20. 20 feet, and then a statue. It's a 5-foot corridor. Featureless. The only walls you've seen on this floor free of the carvings of these cavorting angels.
I'm going to go and I'm going to stand down the hallway, and then I want to cast Illusionary Object, just in case if it's some sort of visual trigger, possibly. And it's going to be, I think the Illusionary Object, can it be my size?
Yeah, it can be whatever. You can just make an entire you.
It will be...
It's going to look like a cruddy you, but it's...
the best version of me.
It's like a really unfortunate wax figure. But it's just...
Of me.
Of you.
Walking down this hallway and grabbing towards the statue. Obviously, there's no physical thing about it. Yeah.
You see, he cast this little spell, and this fake little Play-Doh Reggie marches
pretty
down
much
the
as
hall.
it like almost as I cast it, it is like I come out of it, but like this deformed version of me comes out of me and then walks down the hallway.
No.
And it walks down his hallway, it reaches up, it makes a motion like it's moving the head, but nothing happens.
Nothing happens. All right, I was trying to see if there's some sort of trigger towards visual.
That's
Okay.
smart. That's smart. I'm gonna move down the hallway. I'll go towards the statue. Sure.
As he steps into the hall, making his way cautiously but confidently down, something's going to happen. It will happen. And nothing does. You approach the front of this statue that's grim, just sitting alone back here in the darkness. I imagine you reach up in your head.
Nope.
No?
Nope. I just remember they're on a timer once we turn them all. This is the fourth one.
That's where you know you have 1 minute.
Yeah, so...
Where is it we go? Is it the middle?
That's where we're going to go look. There's more... I'm going to walk back towards them.
From this hallway, you can hear sounds from the opposite side of the wall to your right, the southern end here. That sounds like heavy, crunching, breaking rock. Like massive weights being tossed around. Like it's a distant echo of thunder. The walls here seem thick, so it must be loud.
So the refugees, the survivors, said that the passageway was blocked off by something big. So the way we have to go is blocked off by something. So we wait on pulling this one until we have a clear path.
Path to where?
Probably the only way we haven't gone. There's another hall down at the end of this.
Straight down. Straight south, I guess you would call it.
But I think we should take a moment to reassess our wounds before we get into any big fights.
You have an uncomfortably close, but very defensible, small little hallway here. But you also know of many other areas on this floor that might serve you better. Where do you want to go?
Wherever Adelme is most comfortable to be at.
I want to go back to the room that we found the gear in.
The lab.
The only room with a door.
The only room with a door.
Safe. Wise. You make your way back through the central hallway, past where you can see the barricade in the distance. You notice it's unmanned. But you continue onward to the room you know is somewhat safe. 30 minutes, you can have all your wounds patched up. Willing to rest? Willing to, that's what we're doing? Willing to rest here?
Willing to rest.
Alright. Between Reginald and Adelme, you can get your focus points back. Your hit points restored to full again.
Cultivate some mushrooms on
Nothing.
47.
Do I need to roll for anything for anybody? Or
No, but taking it 30 minutes, you just get that's enough to get everyone full.
Um,
Between the two, between lay on hands and your medicine
And
together.
during that time, I want to actually recall knowledge on these daggers.
Alright, you got plenty of time.
Yep.
And they're fairly, magically, relatively simple. So why don't you give me whatever magical identifying check you desire? Occultism actually is the appropriate one because they came from the occult collection.
Yeah, oh, it's religion.
Religion works too.
That's
They
the
are
only-
Nethesian daggers.
I rolled an 18 on the die for a total
Go ahead and
of...
say, I know what they are. They're pretty, like I said,
39.
pretty simple.
Yeah.
These two daggers, first of all, have decently strong enchantments. They are both +2 striking. They're fairly potent. But beyond that, each holds a paired but opposite rune aligned to the two deific halves of Nephis on a greater sense. Again, it seems odd, much like the carvings of the angels throughout this lore. It's not a traditional means of worship for Nephis, but Mysterium is very old, and the stewards of the Mysterium, one sect of Nethesian worshippers. The silver dagger is holy, the black dagger is unholy.
Interesting.
So, now that we are not looking for man, what is the objective?
Lowls.
Lowls. Objective.
And then also get out of the Mysterium.
And then, yeah, because we're stuck here.
So that means we have to go all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah, and then try and clear that.
Do we think that man died?
Oh, I'm 100% positive he's splattered all over the walls of that whatever it was.
Are you sure he did get up many times?
Well, we have the things that was keeping him coming back. We destroyed those. It's pretty
Did
immediate.
that prevent him from getting up?
He didn't get up the last time I exploded him. He actually fell to goo before I had a chance to explode him.
Now, this place
Also,
is
here's your
crazy.
necklace.
Between time and magic, of course, there's some way he's still alive in the future or the past, and he comes back and I don't know, and he stops his own death. That could be a thing. But as of right now, he is not an immediate threat.
I think Marius would almost like a parent go whisper to Reggie about look, I don't think we need to really teach our robot about mortality too much, but I think we should probably just.
She just kept asking questions.
Probably needs to know that he's not coming back.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get to. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Yeah, no, he's gone. Yes, he's gone.
Terrible parent.
What? I thought. Don't overthink it.
He's gone to a sky ship upstate. It's not.
Oh, that's right. It's his parent. Oh,
Well,
sorry for. Geez, so are you sad about that?
I am unsure.
Well, when you
I don't
figure
know
it
how hard
out,
we should push this. I actually just don't know how much capacity.
Oh, actually, she might explode.
well, that's what I was just gonna pass it.
Well, I don't think it's that serious, but
Whenever you want to have feelings about it, then we could talk about it.
Wait, so how would you feel about the idea of Mun being dead? Forever dead?
very disappointed.
Disappointed. Why do you feel disappointed?
So we're doing it now, I guess. All right.
It's better to talk about it now than let it feel build up.
I was hoping that it might develop into something similar to Benji. Unfortunately, that is no longer a path we can take.
That is
I don't think
disappointing.
Mun's anything like Benji prototype. I don't think Mun was anything like Benji.
Why could we not have Mun go first instead of Benji?
That's a conversation I don't want to have. And I stand up and get ready to keep walking.
As you stand up, a tremor shakes the floor. One much heavier, enough that as you're in the act of standing, it even throws you a little off of your balance.
I fall.
You all hear a slam echo through the halls of the Mysterium.
Alright.
I don't think we have much time left.
We don't have time for therapy, so...
So I was trying to get
Getting
to.
closer.
Listen, when we get out of here, we can talk more about it, okay? Stay with us.
Excellent.
Good.
We shall continue later.
Perfect.
You and I in the front. Get your shield ready.
As you move back out of the halls, coming towards the center of this nexus again, you can see at the far end a large chunk of stone, several feet across, has broken free from the nexus of the wall and the ceiling at the far eastern end of the Mysterium, crashing down in a pile of rubble across the floor. The damage is starting to affect the floor itself. You move around through that same intersection down to the tiny doorway at the southern end that a couple of you had found prior. Doorway through which you could hear, as you get closer, the echoing cacophony of smashing stone and flying rubble. The hallway here isn't quite as narrow. It kind of turns a corner and opens into a room. I assume MD is leading.
Mm-hmm.
As the group of you come around the corner and see into this room, you are hit by an assault on many of your senses at once. The sound in here is incredibly loud. Rubble, small and large, huge chunks of stone, clearly caved away from the ceiling, the floor, and the walls, have been thrown recklessly all across this chamber. Amongst the chaos are remnants of bent and broken iron bars and chunks of cages that look like huge, some 10 or 12 feet across. These blocks of stone throughout the room turn the entire area into what looks like a stony battlefield. Though there are there's a few corpses, no visible corpses and little blood in here. The chaos is enough to deter any of the Mysterium stewards who had attempted to enter. You can smell an incredibly pungent, nauseating odor. It hits you like a wall as you come around this corner. Powerful. It doesn't even smell like anything. It's so powerful. It's like when you taste an overwhelming heat, there's no flavor anymore. A smell strong enough to no longer even have an odor, just to nauseate and to burn. And you can see clearly movement all throughout the other end of this fairly large chamber. Smashing up against the walls, slamming into the floor, tearing at the ceiling is something. Something just barely visible. It is totally transparent, but it looks like it is huge, filling almost the totality of the other side of the room. As you come around the corner and see this, the five of you just watching this chaos, for a moment, it all stops. The shattering of stone, the flailing of slams, it all falls silent. You hear rubble and scree move about as whatever is in this room shifts. And you see the barest hint of a shape come into view with the northern end of the room. It's a large creature with a body that seems to be made mostly of 4 thick, massive tentacles. The whole of this creature, maybe 12 feet around, it has a torso, oddly near humanoid, sticking out of the front of this bulb of tendrils, 2 clawed little hands, and a face. Cocked to the side, still transparent, barely visible on 4 more wide trunk-like legs, looking down your direction. You hear a low growl.
Humphrey.
Humphrey, you see it. It's just looking at you. You can barely see the thing. Again, it's still clear.
This doesn't resemble any of that stuff that's inside of him, is it? Okay.
Really, but it's a weird similarity. Without the color of it,
Yeah.
because it's almost fully transparent, the shape of it, not really, but it does have similarities.
All right.
It definitely evokes that same imagery.
Okay, well, I can't kill him, but I can kill that. And I'll load up my new gun and be ready to go. I mean, yes, I want to shoot it.
Just gonna shoot. You're just gonna.
What, you gonna talk to it?
Can we see? Oh wait, no, never mind.
No.
Wait.
Hello. Sorry to intrude. There was no door to knock.
It takes a couple steps to the side. Each step ahead, you just shoot.
Yeah.
Rachel just shoots.
Yes.
Go make an attack roll.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. Where's my gun?
Where's my gun?
Where's my? It's right here. Oh, it is a. I didn't do devise a stratagem, but still, it's still 30.
What was that?
30. And it's a laser, right? It's just a straight fire damage from a laser, I assume?
Yes.
It's his new space gun.
It's my new space gun. Hold on, let me go to my piece of paper here.
You shoot this, it was a 30. You shoot towards this shape.
Yeah.
And you see this laser blast come out and just sort of...
It's like a force. Like a force.
Just sort of strikes the edge of one of the big tentacles
Yeah,
lining up and it hits it, but the thing twitches a little. Doesn't super seem to react. It turns its gaze to you.
Well, that actually gave us some answers. Why don't you go talk to him?
Hello. I'm sorry
There he
to
is.
intrude. There was no door. to
Shifts a
knock.
little. Every footstep, a thunderous crack of stone as its weight destroys the rocks and the boulders it steps on.
Is it responding or is it just following your voice?
It's not coming towards you. It's like moving sideways. Parallel to the group of you.
Looking through the rubble, do we see any hint of where this door, stairs, where we go when we open the...
Not evidently, but the room looks like it winds around to the right. The chamber that thing's in looks like you're only seeing half of it.
I'll step forward.
Me and Prototype will take a step forward.
Oh.
See how it
Prototype that looks at Marius. You.
I knew it.
You dare bring that stain here? A realm claimed by Yog Sothoth. Domindur draws no power here.
We killed the mold that was up in the corner. the...
You can hear the cracking of stone. It's just shifting back and forth. It's agitated, unnerved, but it still doesn't move toward you, doesn't attack. It's keeping its distance.
Guys, maybe if it's focused on me, maybe you could try to just keep moving. If I stand back.
Take another step forward.
You're within 15 feet of it. It doesn't even seem to acknowledge Reginald Edelman. Are you moving forward? Or staying
Shot
back?
it.
I'll take a step forward at that, but
Yeah.
I'm definitely going slow here.
Thinking I might take my pipe out and if you want, and basically be like, everybody stand clear of me unless you want me to just completely guide the way. And I will use an action to spin my pipe
As you
and
pull
cast a
out
cloud.
the pipe, the thing takes a step and shifts, and you lose sight of it entirely. Before you realize, Edelme, it is directly in front of you. The space between you and MD is suddenly an oscillating, transparent bulk. The odor hits you like a fist. Its head still focused on Marius.
You dare bring this here!
And a tentacle reaches down towards Marius, and you see his entire body, his flesh, even before it makes contact, start to discorporate into the same pulsing, writhing yellow fungus you had all seen the other room transform into. And at that, we will end today's session.
Wait, is he gone?
Next week, everybody, next week we'll return with another episode of Strange Aeons. Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And this thing, good news. MD and Prototype, with how far you've advanced, you can see another port at the far side of the room, around the corner that looks like the one on the floor above, covered by a huge amount of stone rubble, physically blocking the thing itself. Bad news, well, several other things here. If you're looking for more content here on the UGT show, if you made it to the end of our adventures today, hey, give us a follow. It's the easiest and honestly best way you can support the channel directly by telling the algorithm you like what you're seeing, and then more people should see it too. I have a good time doing this. If you're still here, you have a good time watching it. Give that down, people. Share the undeniably
Roll
good
credits.
time. Share that love.
Something's on.
And if you want more, we got plenty more shows. We're live here on Sundays at Strange Aeons, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. with Secrets Between the Stars, our sci-fi Starfinder campaign. Tuesdays, also at 7 with our Funny He Who variety show. I have no idea what we're doing this week.
Do you have any idea what we're doing this week?
Funny He Who Things.
Funny He Who Things.
On
That
brand.
one's not an ongoing campaign. It's just hang out with the cast while a lot of fun things happen. We talk about things. We do little games. We discuss some of the campaigns. Last week it was me and Corey talking about our GM swap. We do all kinds of stuff. Hey, thanks for being here, everyone. If you want to check out some of our partners down below the channel, whether you're on Twitch or YouTube, they're down there somewhere. Discount code UGT Show. Get you deals with all of them. Help support us. Get you some cool stuff. We'll see you next time. Until then, stay safe. Stay safe.